Today I go, yes, I am. He goes, can I bring you some really good pizza pies?
Today?
I said, yeah, today. And I'm like, you know what, man? Honestly, like there was a moment when I was away over the last few days.
Tell him to hit us in 1 year from now.
I was like, dude, I'm so fat, I can't take it anymore.
You do look noticeably heavier.
Yeah, I'm fat. I'm a fat animal is what I am.
Because this morning I heard the promo from when we did the remote.
How I couldn't button my jacket.
Yeah, and now I'm just thinking,
yeah, look at how fat I am. Seriously, I got to lose 25 pounds. And
25?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe 30.
Oh, I got to lose 50.
Yeah. And
over the next year.
And I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to start crashing.
We need a good cocaine dealer.
Is that what we need?
I think so.
Okay, because I was thinking a little differently. I was thinking about setting a goal to run like the rock and roll half marathon in Vegas around my birthday in February. And I'm like, well, if I start now, I could probably lose like 15 pounds or so between now and then.
All we got to do is make it 19, 20 days. Like LeBron missed 19,
straight 3-point shots?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just got to make it that far. Then it's a habit. Not just a whim.
Okay. So how many days are you in? You said 3?
3.
So you're 3 into 19.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Well, yes. But
are you, and you're off pizza?
I'm off pizza, yes.
Really? And if I brought in a delicious, beautiful pizza freaking pie right over here.
I will take 3 slices.
Yeah.
And I'll scrape the top.
Okay. You'll pull off the cheese.
And all the accoutrement.
And then you'll
eat
the bread.
Jam it in my mouth.
Oh, so you will eat the carbs. Or you'll eat the top.
Yeah.
You know what
Sometimes
I got?
you got to just eat the top.
Yeah, I understand.
Chris, I got this delicious paleo grilled lemon garlic chicken with salad. Pre-made meal from Sunfresh that Ramona just gave me. You're more than welcome to have that.
I mean, I got food, but thank you.
Okay, I'm just saying this is the healthier option than the pizza that Cappy's.
Yeah.
So Cap, you told us earlier during Super Crosstalk.
Yes, sir.
About Amsterdam.
Yes, sir.
And all the sights and sounds.
Yeah.
I love that you guys went. I thought it was awesome.
Can I tell you one thing though?
How upset was Rachel with you
that
when you got back and you had not seen her in many days?
She's pretty upset with me, I think.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I think so. She was very supportive. Like
She wasn't
really,
like, hey, did you have a fun time? Tell me all about
No,
it. She was like,
she
Scott, get back in here. You're not going anywhere for 2 weeks.
No, it was more like she was very happy for me, and she was very like supportive of how awesome it is to take your kids and first time. Like, because when we got to the Eiffel Tower, my 3 daughters were all like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm at the Eiffel Tower. Because apparently they watch a show called Emily in Paris. You guys familiar with this show?
I'm familiar.
I'm not familiar with the show.
Yeah.
But to them,
I don't watch the show, but I know the show.
To them, being there was like being in the show for them,
By the way, Emily's coming back for another season.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I got to catch up.
Yeah.
I do. I got to catch up. So, no, when I got back, though, I'll tell you what I did, Chris. As soon as I landed, I immediately went home, took a shower, and then went and met Rachel for a Friendsgiving.
Oh.
Like one of those things, like, people have like Thanksgiving before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They call it a Friendsgiving.
Right.
Or after.
When this was an after.
I did one on Saturday.
So
this
that's
is my first ever to be part of planning a Friendsgiving.
How'd it go?
I think everybody had a good time, but
Yeah.
I've never been. I used to be anti-Friendsgiving guy, but now, given the relationship, I have to be pro. Not have to be. I really enjoyed my time.
You guys have turkey or you guys have rabbit?
Come on, man.
Wow.
That was terrible.
Wow.
Come
People
on,
eat rabbit. People eat rabbit.
Oh, he's going to mount
Oh, no.
you.
Wait, is it melting time? Oh, no. It's melting time. Ah. Oh, my God.
It's like rear naked chokehold.
Wow.
I think he broke
It really
something.
got me. I
Yeah.
think he got my clavicle.
Yeah. I thought he was going to go half Nelson on you.
I'll
Oh
give
my
you the,
God.
No, I'll give you the full Nelson.
So is that a violation right there to ask if you ate rabbit?
We didn't for Friendsgiving. It was like people brought stuff.
Ah.
It was not.
It's like a potluck.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I did have some very nice turkey, though, because I didn't have that while I was in Europe. Because, of course, nobody in Europe even knows that it's Thanksgiving.
Right, because it's an American holiday.
Right.
Yes.
But so,
The whole point was they left Europe to come
I
here.
think my kids were all like, it's Thanksgiving. How come nobody here is celebrating? I'm like, I think it's just American guys, So
Did you give them the story of the Pilgrims and how that
Wait,
all worked?
you're sending all these kids, you've sent all these kids to college in one way, shape, or form, and they were wondering why it wasn't Thanksgiving in Europe?
listen, two of my kids are really smart. And 2 of my kids are really sweet kids.
Right.
You know what I'm
They're all
saying?
sweet.
Yeah, they're all sweet.
Yes.
But like I say to my daughter, I'm like, it's a good thing you're cute. You know what I mean? Like, cause
Oh, don't say that.
no,
That's
it's true.
horrible.
It's a
Will
true
you
thing.
reveal which the 2 kids?
Yeah, I'll tell you, no problem. The smart ones are the little ones, Julia and Jaden.
Right.
And the ones that are not as smart are Justin and Jillian. They're the 2 older ones.
Yeah.
That's when Cap was dropping acid back in the day.
Well, it was just,
Is
things
there
were
a
little
correlation? Yeah.
Yeah.
different. Things were a little different.
Yeah,
for the first 2.
Your regimen on a regular basis was different.
By
Yeah.
the way, earlier I heard you say in Supercross like you were going to mount me today
I am going to mount you.
because I could use
Because
it.
I miss you.
But here's the problem: this
Yeah.
mount could either be very beneficial, or I could never walk.
Because his
again.
back is already hurt.
Oh, I
It's
don't
not really
want to
the
hurt
back;
you.
it's the hip.
Oh, I don't want to hurt
Oh,
you.
hip.
But you might be able to pop it back in place.
Displacement.
Bam!
Yeah.
Maybe you need a new hip.
Hip replacement
Yeah,
surgery
didn't
time.
LZ just have a hip replacement?
LZ's been a little bit more active with his hips than I have in my life.
LZ is still freaking putting out like thirst trap videos.
Oh, yeah.
While he's in
after
his hospital
surgery.
gown,
Like,
yes.
after major surgery, he's like, let me show
I mean,
you
listen,
as much
if
of my
I had a
skin as I
six-pack
can.
like him, I'd be putting out
Come on,
those
when you
trap
see
videos.
those, you think about it for a second.
Oh, I think about it a lot. I think about it in a big way.
I also texted him. I said, "Why are you getting hip surgery?" And I didn't know this. One leg is shorter than the other on LZ's body.
Really, he
I
should
did not know that.
Most people, that's
have
the
had
case.
a chiropractor just yank on the one that's shorter.
Oh, he has plenty of people yank on it.
Oh yeah, is that right?
All right, then.
Stop.
So anyway,
We're
where
back,
were we?
everybody.
Yes,
This
we
is-
are.
We're back for one day.
We are
Enjoy it
back.
while you can.
What's the deal, man? The Lakers are on the East Coast.
Don't act like you're
And-
mad about this.
And
What's the deal, man?
And nobody
You-
invited me.
in our group text.
Nobody invited me.
He was just like, "Oh, okay, great."
Yeah,
You
George
know,
was like, "Dude, we
we're
only
only
have
working
shows."
Tuesday and Thursday.
Right. He's like,
I
"We only
thought
have
you
shows."
followed the schedule.
Right. Hey, listen,
I
nobody.
even sent him the schedule in the group
And
text.
he
was
even
great.
commented on it and said,
Nobody.
"Oh, are we all going to be together
Right,
for
No,
lit?"
the highlight of the weekend was when George. You're not turning that up, are you?
No, I'm turning it down.
Yeah,
Okay,
it,
good.
got-
A lot
it
of
was
hot air
cold
in here.
earlier, but it's warm
Yeah.
now.
Is
Yeah.
Sedano sends
Yeah.
this Duke video
Yeah.
with a highlight of the game he was doing.
Correct. Saturday.
So if you open it up, you'll see Duke's playing Wake Forest.
Right.
You'll hear Sedano.
It was
Yeah.
a walk-off touchdown.
Right.
Right. Great throw and great
Unbelievable
catch.
throw.
And with the
Cappy then
kid
text like an hour later.
pirouettes into the freaking end zone.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
By the way, the kid, the quarterback's from Inglewood,
No, I didn't know that.
Malik Murphy,
Local kid?
local kid.
Oh, he's a local guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Inglewood.
Played in Gardena at Junipero, but yeah.
Okay.
Was he
Inglewood.
born here?
Got it.
Yeah, he's from here and born here and played here.
Right.
Just
Okay.
checking.
No Arizona in his DNA.
None.
So
All right,
anyway,
go ahead.
Cap text.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Giving the impression that he opened up the video and watched it.
Right.
Like we all did. Who
Who are you
playing?
calling?
Who
Yeah.
are they
Who are the
calling?
game?
Right, right.
Yeah.
George says, "Hey, I had another walk-off call," and I'm like, "That's awesome." And I'm like, "What game did you call?"
Yeah.
And then Chris
your
goes,
one of your boys was in the game.
"That's right, a kid named Ozzie Nicholas."
Yeah, the middle linebacker.
Yeah,
for
he's a
Duke.
good player.
Yeah.
but
From
what hap-
South, right?
Yes, and
Yeah.
he's a guy who played at Princeton first 4 years and then transferred as a graduate student. But Chris, what happened is I was on the plane. You know what's annoying is when you're on the plane.
Oh, you can't get
and,
this stuff.
Right, and you have the free messaging.
Yeah.
But somebody sends you a picture, but you can't download
Right.
it and see it on
Yeah.
the plane. So I
Because you didn't want to pay for the Wi-Fi?
Well, I had the Wi-Fi. I did. I had the full flight Wi-Fi.
Right.
They tell you can either pay for the full flight or 2,000 miles. So of course my dumb ass is like, so does that mean I have to pay for this like 3 times because it's like 6,000 miles, or is it the full flight? So it turns out it was the full flight.
Yeah.
But you can't download an Instagram video in midair.
No, it's pretty hard.
Yeah. So then I didn't realize that the video that you sent was of the touchdown call,
Right.
which was great. That was a great play. It was a great call.
Thank you.
Thank
yeah,
you.
it was a great play for that kid. I was very happy for him. He had, it was nice. We told the story about him being a local kid here, et cetera. And he was at Texas before, so.
College football, just complete side note as we get ready to go into
Oh,
championship
today,
week.
by the way, is a big day. Like the playoff reveal thing is today.
Do we know what time, or has it already happened?
It's, I believe, starts in 30 minutes.
Okay, because I'll tell you right now, like the games this week, I'm sure you've taken a look at them, and I know it's only Tuesday, but every conference championship game is actually really, really interesting.
Yeah. And they're TV over the years has done a really good job of slotting those in a way where you can literally watch them back to back to back to back to
Right.
back to back.
And like in the case of the Mountain West tournament, or the Mountain West Conference, they're on Friday night.
Yeah.
And who would have ever thought, because most people probably never saw them play all year long, UNLV's number 22 in the country.
They're really good.
And Boise State is trying to get a kid to the Heisman Trophy, presentation.
He'll
if you
be
will.
there,
He'll
yeah.
be there. He's not going to win.
I think he can win.
I would love to see him win, but I feel like everybody thinks that the kid from Colorado.
Well, Travis Hunter, I think he could win, though. But I'm saying, like, I think Travis Hunter from Colorado should win, but I don't think that the kid Genty from Boise State is out of the equation.
The kid from Colorado, though, to play receiver at that level and DB at that level
He's
and
so
be
good,
on the
man.
field for all of those plays,
He's so
there
good.
is nobody in college football that is a better all-around football player
Yes.
than that kid.
And by the way, I think he's the best pro prospect, too, on top of that.
But you look at the Mountain West, UNLV, Boise State.
Yeah.
The next day, Iowa State, Arizona State. In the Big 12. By the way, did anybody even know, like, Arizona State left the Pac-12, went to the Big 12.
And they won.
And all of a sudden, like, again, for me, is a little under the radar.
The Pac-12 has done pretty well for itself in the new form in different conferences.
Right.
No,
and
it was
then,
great how USC left the Pac-12 and now they suck in the Big Ten.
Right. And
Oregon is going to win I mean,
they
they
are.
won the regular
How
season.
bad did you watch that game?
Yeah.
I
Notre
watched
Dame
it back
game?
last night, actually.
So
Notre
I
Dame
got
game?
sucked in.
Okay.
I said
How
I'm not
about
watching
this?
this.
Can we do that on the other side? Because I
Let's
do
do it
want
on
to
the
talk
other
about
side.
it. Because I watched it last night, so it's very fresh in my mind
It's
at the
fresh,
moment. Yes.
Cap. It's fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh.
All right, so let's do that. Let's talk some USC. I do want to talk about the Lakers, and they're just, you want to talk about a rough situation right now. We can get into that, too. But, Cappy, tell us about your friends at Real Fathers Rights.
So let's just talk about this. Real Fathers Rights, realfathersrights.com/710. Real is spelled REEL. Fathers, hey, dads out there, you are critical to your child's well-being. And very often the legal system, I would say unfairly, favors the mother in custody disputes. Well, guess what? Real Fathers Rights is here to help fathers fight for their rights. Real Fathers Rights, fighting for dads, scoring for kids. We're going to help you level the playing field. If you're a dad and you are feeling sidelined in your child's life, you get the justice you deserve. The Fathers Rights attorneys are going to take care of you, helping fathers navigate the family court system. I'm telling you this right now. Divorce, child support, domestic violence, restraining orders, all kinds of stuff. And it doesn't, LA, OC, Inland Empire, San Diego, the Real Fathers Rights can help you. 323-970-1611, 323-970-1611, realfathersrights.com/710. Let's get real, REEL, with Real Fathers Rights.
You never have to miss a station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Gear up and get out to Kelsey's at Pachanga, the top spot in the Temecula Valley to watch all the Monday Night Football action. Dozens of TVs means all your favorite games, plus a M&F food menu fit for the greatest fans. Sliders, loaded tater tots, pulled pork pizza, and a lot more. Plus, you'll find beers on tap and incredible craft cocktails at Kelsey's. Visit Pachanga.com and follow at Pachanga Casino on Instagram for info about special and exclusive NFL team appearances. We'll see you at Kelsey's at Pachanga.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2024. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Get ready, LA. The Art of Sport LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk, is back at SoFi Stadium on December 18th at 6 p.m. Be there as the Mountain West top team goes head-to-head with a former Pac-12 contender in a showdown you won't want to miss. Tickets and premium suites are on sale now. Don't miss out on your chance to be a part of the action. Visit LABowlGame.com to secure your seats today. That's LABowlGame.com.
Maui and Moana, together again.
Can I get a chee-hoo? This holiday season, if you can watch one movie,
Hey, you wanted to come this time.
make sure it's Moana.
Moana. You might want to hold on.
Disney's Moana 2, rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Now playing only in theaters. Tickets available now.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
You're not talking crap, right? No?
Who, me? I'm saying that's good for them.
They're like my family.
I'm just saying, it's good for
Where's
them.
your sunglasses? You leave them in Amsterdam?
No,
You
I got
go
them.
back?
No, I got them. I got a lot. I got actually.
Ooh,
probably
wait, hold on. This song is
Yeah,
like an
tell me.
old jam right here. Baby, I Love Your Way. This was also in a movie. Yeah, I know.
On this day in 1988, the #1 hit, Will to Power.
Oh, Will to
Baby,
Power.
I Love Your Way.
Really?
Today's also National Candle Day.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember the movie he was in.
You want me to put some candle wax
High
on you, Captain?
Fidelity.
Yes.
You ever seen
The
High
answer is
Fidelity?
yes. The answer is yes. I do want you to put hot wax on me.
All right, clearly you've never seen that. Hot
High
Wax
Fid-
also in a movie. Madonna with, what's his face, that was in the Spider-Man movies. Willem Dafoe.
Oh, yeah?
You remember that movie?
Yeah.
What movie was that?
Hold on. Willem Dafoe, Madonna movie.
He was in the Spider-Man movies.
Body of Evidence.
Shut up, Cap.
Don't remember it. No, it's true.
He was in the Spider-Man.
He was. He was the bad guy. He was the Green Goblin.
Right.
I know, but he said it so matter of fact as if you didn't just say it.
No, but I mean, I had to like recreate it in my mind. You know what I mean? I like had to see William Dafoe.
Yeah.
You know?
But Cappy, if you ever, I know you don't like to watch movies that happened after 1999, but
Right.
if you do want to watch a good movie, if you like music,
Yes.
High Fidelity with John Cusack, which that song is also in the movie.
Give me the
The
Reader's
30
Digest.
second.
Yeah.
Basically, he's a record store owner. He goes
Yeah.
through a bad breakup.
Right.
He's dealing with trying to get his girl back. It's
Right.
like a rom-com-ish kind of movie.
Okay.
Jack Black's in the movie. He's one of his employees. It's
Yeah.
pretty hilarious.
I feel like I've seen it.
Hijinks ensue.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like I've seen High Fidelity.
Yeah, it's
Just
good.
Not ringing much of a bell other than the names that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Shout out to John Cusack. He's a big 710
Is he?
listener. Oh, God, he loves this radio
Oh,
station.
I didn't know that.
Huge sports fan.
Good. I mean, I know he's a big sports fan. He's a big Chicago guy.
Yeah, but he loves this radio station.
Okay. Cool.
So where were we?
The USC.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, Christopher, you were clearly not happy with the results.
So I didn't go.
Right.
Okay.
I could have gone. I had friends that went.
Yeah.
Our friend Sayward Hawkins from Yachtly Crew, he went.
Okay.
I had other friends, other partners that went.
Okay.
I said, I'm not going to get sucked into this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch this team win.
You're not
Or
going to watch
lose,
which
you
team
mean.
win.
You
Notre
want
Dame.
Notre Dame. You didn't want to watch Notre Dame win.
Right.
Is what you're saying.
So I didn't go. First half, I was running to the market, wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah.
I started getting texts
Well, it was close.
in the second half.
Yeah.
So what did I do? Like a dope.
You got
I turned the
suckered in.
TV on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got into it. And
Yeah.
I went, wait a minute.
Yep.
What a way to end the season. They're going to pull this off. Mm-hmm. And then, just a nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, if you scripted a nightmare of how to end a football game, this would be it.
I mean, basically, back-to-back pick sixes. It was really like Jameis must have saw that yesterday. He must have seen that and be like, you know what? I'm going to try for three
I'm gonna see if
pick
I can
sixes
beat that.
in the game.
Right.
And if it wasn't for Jerry Jeudy trying to like,
What a run.
yeah, trying to get
Seriously.
back at his old team.
Yeah.
By the way, you know I lost my fantasy game this week because of Jerry Jeudy saving. I had the Denver Broncos defense in fantasy, and I almost got 3 pick sixes and almost pulled off an improbable win yesterday.
Jerry Jeudy, just real quick on that.
Yeah.
You talk about a guy who you can catch the ball, score touchdowns, have a ridiculous number of yards, because there was a stat that he had like nearly 250 yards receiving, and it was the most that an NFL receiver had ever had against his former coach.
Right, he beat his old team. Right, he Terrell Owens was previously number one on that list. I think it was like 211 yards when he was with the Cowboys against the Niners, and then it was Irving Fryer when he was with the Dolphins against the Patriots in 1994.
Yes, but Jerry Jeudy, to have had that kind of performance, and then to have Jameis Winston, which, by the way, on a Monday night between Cleveland and Denver, who would have ever thought that game would have been that
was
incredibly
exciting. Yeah, it was
entertaining?
fun.
Right?
Yeah.
But for Jerry Jeudy to run down that kid, I don't know what that linebacker's name was for Denver.
55. I don't remember.
55 is his name. That's exactly right. It said on the back of his jersey, 55.
It did.
And for Jerry Jeudy to show you that kind of effort, it's almost like you learn more about a guy's heart in one play.
Well, I don't know if it was heart. It was just he wanted to get back at the Broncos for cutting him or trading him or whatever.
Heart and pride, right? I mean, like he actually cares.
Yeah.
He actually gave a crap.
Yeah, he did
Team's
give a
about
crap.
to lose.
Yeah.
I know I'm better than this. I know. I'm just praying for the Lord to deliver me from pick sixes.
That actually is a funny line.
Yeah.
That's a great quote.
Yeah, that is a funny line.
I'm going to start using that a lot. Like, I'm going to be praying to the Lord to deliver me from blank.
Right.
You know?
Being an idiot?
And, well, you see, there's a good example.
There you go.
I know I'm better than this.
But
I
back
know.
to USC.
What a gutless, horrible, humiliating way to end the game
Back-to-back pick
and
sixes.
to end the season.
Insane.
Just tough.
And
just
it also-
tough.
And what's on the docket? The Sun Bowl?
El Paso.
Oh.
Hello.
By the way, a lot of fun in El Paso. Lot of
Really?
fun. Oh yeah, a lot of two-stepping happening in El Paso.
It's so hard to be a USC fan now.
Yeah.
It's been a tough season. They will. So glass half full.
Oh, okay.
Is what I would say is they have a very young roster, and the reality is, unfortunately, in college football, you need to re-recruit your roster every year.
Yep.
So if they can keep their young roster intact and then add some key pieces via recruiting and the portal, then I think they were in a lot of these games, and those close losses. Usually, not every time, but usually when you have close losses with a young team, the next year the team is usually better in those scenarios because they've seen those scenarios. Now, glass half empty is, well, he doesn't retain enough of those guys. They all go in the portal, and then the whole thing is screwed.
Well, go back glass half empty. 2 years ago, when Lincoln Riley first got to USC, there was this great buzz.
Right.
You know, and it was mostly because not only were people really tired of the Clay Helton era, but also because no one saw at the time, the athletic director, Mike Bone, no one saw him raiding Oklahoma to go get what was considered to be one of the young, great offensive-minded college football coaches. And then because of the Caleb Williams year and the Heisman Trophy, there was a nice buzz around USC. But then last year happened. I guess we're in year 3. Last year happened, disaster. And then this year looked like it was going to be good. Turns out to be a disaster. And here's the big problem.
Right.
I don't think Lincoln Riley is the coach that every kid is now saying, I want to go there and I want to play for him.
I'm curious because the quarterback thing was a real thing. Like, people wanted to play for him as a quarterback. But this year, I mean, it could just be an outlier year where it just didn't work. But I am genuinely curious to see what the quarterback situation is because historically, no matter who – because here's the thing. People need to remember. Kyler Murray's one thing. Everybody knew Kyler Murray was going to be good. Baker Mayfield was not supposed to be like this star who ended up winning the Heisman or whatever. He was a guy who walked on at Texas Tech, and they got him over at Oklahoma, and he turned him into the player that he became. So – he's done that before. This is kind of the first time in his career where he hasn't made the quarterback look great.
And he recruited the #1 high school quarterback in the country, that kid Malachi Nelson from Los Alamitos High School.
It didn't work out.
And the kid never saw the field.
Right.
And then the quarterback drama goes on because Miller Moss had such a great Holiday Bowl last year, earned the starting job this year.
Yeah.
And then, listen, here's the truth.
Oh,
okay,
hold on. Get ready for the truth.
Because I want you guys to all be able to handle the truth, okay? We all understand that when things went really bad, it was easy to blame a player.
Right.
And in this case, they scapegoated Miller Moss.
Whoa, you sound like Miller Moss's mom on Twitter.
There's no doubt. In my opinion, she was right. And they scapegoated that kid. And, I thought Miller Moss was the kind of kid that was just dedicated and loyal to USC. He waited his time. He got his turn, etc. And now you've obviously seen that he's going into the transfer portal because Miller Moss thinks that he has a chance to play in the NFL, but he's not going to have a chance to play in the NFL if he's not playing for anybody.
Correct, yes.
So the drama from quarterback, Caleb Williams Heisman year, Caleb Williams dropping off this year, and the quarterback switch in the middle, and the inability to turn the #1 high school player into a real player. I just don't think that there's an aura. That's a good word that young kids are using nowadays, by the way.
Yeah.
D, a lot of kids are using the word aura.
Correct.
You know?
They are.
There is not the aura around USC's program.
Currently, just so you know, he is it's still very early in the portal process. He's the #1 quarterback at the moment. That can
Miller
change.
Moss?
Yes,
Okay.
that can change.
How do you know that ranking?
Because I have a composite ranking here that I can pull up.
Yeah, I'd love to have that composite ranking. That sounds like a nice composite ranking to have.
I can just show you how to
Did
get
I understand that there's like 100 kids that are quarterbacks that are already in the portal?
I don't know if that's the number. I
that's
don't
a different
know.
composite
I don't
ranking.
know.
My bad.
Yeah. He's the 7th overall player at the moment. But again, things can change. Coming in as a prospect, he was the 15th best quarterback in his class and the 112th best player in the country. Right. So, people thought he was very good coming in.
I want that because I've always wanted to know who's everybody in the portal. And everybody's in it right now. Like the whole world is already in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
And I want that. I want to know what that is.
It's very simple to find.
Quick timeout from the
Google
portal.
it, huh?
Yeah.
Sedano, tell us about our friend.
Jacob and Ronnie, who, by the way, listen, if you're right, and I know people are moving around town right now because the holiday season is still here, right? Like, if you're riding in the back seat of an Uber or Lyft and you get injured, it's completely different than a normal wreck. You got to call Jacob right away because he's been handling these cases forever. Call them at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Tell them Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. Here's how they're different. Your driver is covered by Uber or Lyft. So not only are you dealing with the other person's insurance, you need to speak with the rideshare company too, okay? And their insurance. So what I'm telling you is this. You need an expert. And my guy Jacob is an expert when it comes to Uber and Lyft accidents for all the reasons I told you already. So call him at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. He, as I mentioned, handled all these cases years ago before all the other attorneys decided to jump on. He understands the nuances, okay, involved with these particular accidents. So if you're injured in any type of rideshare accident, just call Jacob. You want an attorney who's respected? Call Jacob because he's the real deal. Call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB, or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Quarter in front of 4, Sedano and Cap. Live Imaging Tuesday.
Nice.
Exactly right.
Oh, wow.
Thank God the quack's back.
Yeah.
That's going to put me in a good mood today.
Okay. Have you been in a bad mood today?
I'm just a little tired. I run the board this morning.
Yeah.
I went 3 hours of that Travis.
I had a bad sleep night last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just woke up at like 1:30.
I've been waking up a lot, too.
Took forever to get back
Even
to sleep.
Even the ZQL isn't working.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you got 3 hours of Travis.
Noah Fafita's going to the transfer portal.
This is the second time you've stepped on my Travis and DeMarco bit.
Who's?
The second time.
No, he wants to know the transfer portal.
Who?
Noah Fafita, the quarterback at Arizona.
Oh, really?
How do you step on my bit twice in 1 minute?
Same bit. Go ahead.
Doing 3 hours of Travis and DeMarco is a long
It is. Is it a long
But
time?
I didn't see. That's the reason. I didn't want you to have to say that again, where you're like ripping the other show.
Travis is great, but DeMarco, he doesn't take feedback well.
What do you mean he doesn't
Whoa.
take feedback?
Not
well?
at all.
No, hold on a second. Timeout.
All right, let's do that on the other side.
I'm calling a timeout because DeMarco's a ball player.
All right.
Which is surprising me because Keyshawn used to take great feedback from me, not from George, but from me.
Yeah. Now, tell us about Real Father's Rights before he tells us about
Tell us about
DeMarcus.
Seller's Advantage.
Oh,
I
sorry.
don't want to tell you about Real Father's Rights. I already
Seller's
told you about
Advantage.
Real Father's
Yeah,
Rights.
that's right. You did that already.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about Seller's Advantage. Hey, listen, if you are thinking about selling your home right now, I want to encourage you to call Seller's Advantage because they will buy your home with cash, and it'll happen really fast. And the reason I think it's important for you right now is this. Sellers are holding their homes longer right now, and buyers are trying to swoop in and get deals. See, at Seller's Advantage, you don't even want to waste time, okay? You want to just get a competitive cash offer, no repairs needed. They can close in days. There are no complicated closing processes. There's no contracts falling through. Seller's Advantage has been buying people's homes and making sellers happy for decades. And oh, by the way, they've got all the reviews to prove it. So call them today. If you want to sell your house for whatever reason, call them today for a no-obligation offer. Here's the number. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-2747, or visit their website, sellersadvantage.com.
And slam dunk right in Paul George's face, and a foul.
Lakers basketball.
Got it back. Another three. Good. What a night for Austin Reeves.
Rams football.
Cup of the 6. Cup to the pylon. Touchdown, Cooper Cup. Touchdown, LA.
The USC Trojans.
Hands off the marks. Up the middle. Into the end zone. Touchdown. They're going wild in half of this stadium as the Trojans are going to pull off the upset. How do you do?
LAFC.
Oh, flip for LA Football Club. Did he?
The LA Kings and Angels baseball.
The all-new ESPN LA app. Your destination for LA sports.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Orthodontics are teaming up this fall because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. This can be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, a youngster who brightens your day. Tell us who's smiling and you could win some awesome prizes like sweet tickets from ESPN LA, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, and a grand prize of Invisalign from Beverly Hills Ortho. Enter now at ESPNLA.com and remember you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Orthodontics.
Score a win with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup options. Amazon Pickup is a convenient and secure way to collect your Amazon packages from locations that are near you. This season, keep your holiday gifts a surprise when you choose to pick up from Amazon Locker or Counter. Whether you're hustling between home, work, or your usual game day spots, grab your packages on your schedule. Amazon Pickup is the worry-free option for the times when home delivery isn't ideal. To find your nearest Amazon Pickup location, go to Amazon.com/PickupMVP. That's Amazon.com/PickupMVP.
Hey folks, when it comes to Christmas trees, don't get played by foreign plastic. Just like you wouldn't replace a prize QB with a mannequin. Don't replace American farm fresh trees with fake foreign plastic. These farm families are the MVPs of Christmas, growing champions right here on American soil. They're not sitting on the bench. They're out there every day growing real Christmas traditions. Make the winning choice, farm fresh Christmas trees, not foreign plastic that pollutes. Visit GetRealKeepItReal.com to find your local farm MVP.
When I pull up to the parking lot, it's time to level up. Dial in, showing out for your team. Listen up, get you some. I stand the fan to give you what you need. Fan fuel, game time, turn up the intensity. Team colors bleeding out. 5 hour energy. For a limited time, get the fan fuel flavor at 5hourenergy.com.
Oh, come on now, J-Lo.
10 for the 4 on a live imaging Tuesday, Sedano and Cap. We're all in the same place for once.
Missed you guys.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
I think you did a little.
So much so that I do want to mount you before this show is over.
And you were not out of pocket.
You know, I try to explain this to Lindsay
Can I
Baseball.
do the OTD?
I thought we're stepping on you.
I already mentioned J-Lo.
Can I do it before you sell some lame story?
All right, go.
From
Just
1988?
Don't talk to George like that.
Yesterday, December 2nd, back in 2000, J-Lo. Jennifer Lopez released Love Don't Cost a Thing as a single.
I sang it and said it was her.
Settle down.
Wow.
Also yesterday, December 2nd, happy birthday. Turns 41, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
yeah. And they dropped that trailer today.
I haven't
on
seen
ESPN.
that yet. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I remember.
About his documentary.
Yeah, it's definitely not gone the way that he anticipated.
Wow. You said, I heard you earlier on Mason in Ireland, you said that...
Biggest show on the radio.
You did say they dropped this trailer, and then you said, I don't know if it was
Trailer for
ESPN or
what?
Netflix.
His documentary.
So, like, I'm confused.
He's got a documentary?
They dropped the trailer today on McAfee.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But is it an ESPN product or is it a Netflix product?
You know, there's this amazing thing on your computer called Google.
Yeah, but why would you put out inaccurate information?
I didn't. I said it was either Netflix or ESPN.
You were so
It's on
definitive.
Netflix. Like, the
Okay,
show's
there
going
you
to be on Netflix.
There you go.
When
See?
is it?
December 17th.
And what is this documentary about?
It's about
It's
him-
called Enigma.
He's crying.
whatever.
See him swimming with dolphins.
Really?
He talks about the darkness retreat.
I'm more interested I'm just more interested in the whole family dynamics.
I'll
That's the only
pass.
thing I'm interested
And
in.
then
I
there was
bet
a
you
thing-
that's not going to be in there.
that
Oh,
won't
no,
be
it's
there.
in there. It's in there.
Oh,
And
really?
then, like, Shailene Woodley apparently is, like,
Right. Is this
talking
something
about it now.
Yeah, but he's very calculated. So
Yes.
like it's not going to be the real family dynamic. It's
Oh,
going to be
that's too
his
bad.
version of it.
That's too bad because that's to me is the most interesting part.
I mean, his brother works here
Works where?
at ESPN.
Like here in the building?
Not here.
Oh, well, you said
Tell-
here.
Don't tell Cap that. He's going to find him in the directory.
Yeah, I wanna talk to
and
him.
email him. Like,
Right.
hey, this is Cap.
His
I do
brother
af-
does SEC games.
I do
really?
afternoon
Doing what?
drive in L.A.
He's an analyst on games.
What's his name?
Jordan Rodgers.
Didn't know.
Yeah.
Did he play ball?
Yeah, he was a quarterback.
Where at?
Wait a minute,
he
you don't
played
know
a couple
Jordan
places.
Rodgers was a quarterback? Really?
No. Don't know who he is.
Oh.
Where did he play ball?
He played
Take it. Hold on.
at an
before
SEC school.
Take
but-
a guess.
I don't remember.
Did he play at all? Was he
Yes.
like a real player?
Yes.
Did he
yes.
play like a Vanderbilt or a
Vanderbilt? That was it.
Hey,
See?
you see that?
Yeah.
Look at the big brain on Cap.
Yeah.
See that?
It was Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
I knew it was an SEC school.
See that?
but- yeah.
Vandy is
Yeah.
what we call it
He's
in
a
the
smart guy. You got to be smart to play at Vandy.
Is he the younger brother?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right. Well, I have some other things in queue before I see that. I got
queue.
to see the Yachtly Crew Yacht Rock doc on Max. I got to see that first. Then maybe I'll work my way over to the Aaron Rodgers thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Christopher,
Yes, George.
what are we going to say about LeBron? What have been your takes today about LeBron?
Well, here's the thing. Everybody wants to talk about is this just he's just tired? It's just a bad run. Or
He's old.
Or he's old.
Yeah.
And it happened to Brady. It was bound to happen. The fact that people are shocked and there's not really a plan, and there hasn't been a plan for the last several seasons.
What are you
the last
talking
few
about? Of course
seasons.
there's a plan.
Bronny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you stop.
This is where we're at. And by the way, you know who lit up the postgame show last night?
Who dat?
Who was an absolute star?
Tell me Beto Duran.
No. When
Oh.
Beto's contract is up, let me
Yeah.
tell you who the postgame show is going to.
Don't tell me.
DeAndre?
Let me guess.
No, DeAndre.
Andy Kamenetsky?
No.
DeAndre.
Parker?
DeAndre.
DeAndre?
Was great last night.
DeAndre, you were
and Beto
awesome.
was great last night, too.
Yeah.
So, D, you said it best. Go ahead. Tell me, give us 30 seconds on last night's game and what the struggles of LeBron are.
I mean, he just gotta. I mean, a lot of these games, these past 3 games, he has been settling, and he's been 0. I mean, he's 0 for 19 in his last 4 games shooting the 3-point ball.
By the way, last night he didn't come close on a few twos as well. So.
Well, by the way, just real quick to that point, this was going into last night's game. He had incredible, like his shot chart, like he was shooting. I think 57% of them were like considered wide open threes. So he got great looks at them.
I mean, the spacing with this team. I mean, last night's game, there's 3 guys on the same side on the same side of the court.
Okay, but why?
Terrible spacing.
Because I saw Anthony Davis say that after the game, and he's talking about spacing.
Yeah.
And I'm going, now wait a second. That doesn't seem to make sense. You would think they're a better coached team, number one. And you would also think that they're experienced veteran players, number two, that if they themselves feel that they're too congested and they need more spacing, you would think that they, by themselves, without even a coach, would say, hey, guys, you're in the wrong position. Why are we all grouped together? So do you have an explanation?
I mean, because they're early on in the season, they were running the offense to Anthony Davis.
Right.
And these past couple of games, they have gone away from that. And I don't know if it's because he's not being aggressive himself when he does have the ball, but when he does have the ball, everyone is staring and ball watching.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have a guy who can create his offense and everyone else is standing around the perimeter, the offense is going to be stagnant. There's no ball movement. There's no player movement.
Yes.
So when that comes, obviously you're going to jack up a terrible shot when the shot clock's winding down because there's no the spacing is bad and they're all just sitting there and watching him. And then when he does get the ball, he's settling. He's shooting mid-range jumpers when he's not getting to the basket. When you got Rudy Gobert on you, and everyone's trying to say that, why is he the defensive player of the year? And, Anthony Davis is trying to make the case that he should be defensive player of the year. Well, go at him.
Right. Well,
make that statement. Hey, look, man,
Yeah.
I'm the one that's, I'm the big dog. I'm
Yeah.
the one that's supposed to be defensive player of the year. But also, I'm the one that can create and lead this team to victory. And when he was doing that early in the year, Lakers had success when he was aggressive, shooting 8 to 10 free throws a game. Then he's going away from that. I don't know if it's
Unless
if
he's
it's a
missing
fatigue
free
issue.
throws at the end of the game.
I mean,
by the way.
but you can't let that mentally.
But this is part of the problem, is
Good
that he
job,
goes
good
through.
job.
Yeah, D. Way to go,
He
D.
goes through spurts, and we saw this over the last couple of years. We've seen stretches where he is that guy, right? Where he's like, he demands the ball, he's aggressive on offense, and then he goes through these lulls where it's just like,
But this is why it annoys the living hell out of me that in the first 12 games of the year.
Hold on, I just sent myself to terminal age.
Okay, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
You should have.
Yeah.
This is what annoys me. There's 12 games into the season. Obviously now we're deeper into it. But the first 12 games,
21
all I hear now is from everybody is MVP. MVP. I'm like, why are you talking about an award that is 70 games down the road now? And he goes from he's dominant, he's playing the best ball of his life, he's averaging 30-plus points per game, he's carrying this team, they're finally going through him, and then all of a sudden kind of disappears. And it just kind of goes to show you yet again that this is only about LeBron and AD. Otherwise, outside of LeBron and AD, if those two guys aren't at their absolute best, this team's no good.
No good.
No.
Well, look, here are a couple things, okay? As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you on the other side
you're going to tease us.
a couple of things that are just like obvious to plain sight. Like I think that, and these are things that are not new. These are things that we've been discussing now for multiple years, to your point. And they have reared their ugly head again consistently. And at some point, if you're the organization, you have to kind of figure out a path. So we'll get to that path potentially in just a second. But first, Cappy, let me tell you about my friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone.
Please do.
Oh, because, fun is in the name for a reason. I want to tell you that. And I know taking your kids to the dentist is tough, okay? They don't want to go. But Children's Dental Fun Zone will change that for you. First of all, when you walk into any of the Children's Dental Fun Zone locations, 18 across the Southland, your kids are going to be like, did we just walk into a cartoon? Like, what's going on here? Well, again, 18 locations across the Southland to choose from. They got you covered in L.A. County. They got you covered in Orange County. They got you covered in the IE. They got you covered in Oxnard. Shout out to the 805, like Cappy likes to say. At Children's Dental Fun Zone, they specialize in children's dentistry and orthodontics with state-of-the-art equipment and personal attention your kids deserve. Here's how they put fun in the name, man. Children's Dental Fun Zone. Every single location, okay? When your kids are getting their work done, those stations have a big screen TV with a kids movie on or a cartoon on. They got iPads for the kids, toys for the kids in the waiting area, and for parents, they accept Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans. Guys, I'm telling you, you're going to take your kids to one of these Children's Dental Fun Zone locations all across Southern California, and your kids are going to say to you when you're done, Mom, Dad, when are we going back to the dentist? Words you never thought you'd hear. So to book your child's first or next appointment at Children's Dental Fun Zone, visit their website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com, or call them at 800-717-KIDS. That's 800-717-KIDS.
The most
Park Party and Play at Hollywood Park Casino. Listen to Travis and DeMarco to win the ultimate game day prize pack. VIP tailgate passes plus game day tickets. Listen to your cue to call and don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day experience. Park Party and Play with me at Hollywood Park Casino. Must be 21 and older to enter.
Compensate clients, even though they unabashedly take our money every year. All of that's behind me now, and I'm never going back thanks to Avner Gatt. Dealing with insurance companies is all they do. Avner Gatt has one of the largest teams of professional licensed public insurance adjusters in California, and many of these people used to work for insurance companies. The team at Avner Gatt knows exactly how to handle your claim. You also have some Avner Gatt adjusters with experience in handling hazardous materials, where asbestos and lead testing was their profession. Some of them used to work at law firms handling bad faith claims. Trust me, they know how to deal with any insurance claim dispute. Avner Gatt covers all of Southern California with a real passion for helping people, which becomes all the more obvious when you realize Avner and his family are still the ones answering the phones. So whatever unfortunate occurrence led you to the insurance claim and subsequent abusive relationship, being lowballed, ignored, judged, know that Avner has your back. And if somehow I still haven't convinced you, just check out what seems to be a never-ending stream of 5-star reviews on Yelp, Google, and the Better Business Bureau. Call today. 818-917-5256. That's 818-917-5256 and online at avnergatt.com.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Cappy's a good tight end.
Hey now.
We were talking about tight ends in the break.
That's right.
4 o'clock in the Southland YVG Tuesday.
Third tight ends.
Sedano and Cappy. What?
Third tight ends.
Oh.
That's a joke.
I got it.
Yeah.
I'll talk third tight end if I have to.
A Sedano sign.
Yeah.
To
You
me.
can't even talk about first tight end.
I'll talk third tight end down at San Diego State if I have to.
By the way,
I'll tell you that
earlier
right
we
now.
heard from producer D on his Lakers takes. You can watch D host Lakers Talk Daily. And he's not even going to shadow box at the beginning of the video.
Oh,
Lakers Talk
wow,
Daily
man.
every day
Wow.
at ESPN Los Angeles on YouTube. No, it's lame. Anyway.
Would you shadow box? Would you?
That's not my style.
Will you
not your
just
deal?
go
It's
and
not your deal.
like we don't need to
Gotta
do
take
this.
shots,
Go
do you,
ahead.
huh?
Yeah, I do.
Why you have to take shots? at
Why
the
not?
kid?
It's time for what you need to know.
Brought to you.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
By yeah, you gonna step
Step
on me
on
now?
his bit now?
I mean, geez. I mean, it's a partner. Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. That's the 90 minutes from wherever you are.
Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. All right, so I don't know if anybody watches SNL anymore, but apparently it's a big deal when they announce the hosts and musicians, like they just had for the rest of this season, which is season 50, I guess. So they have announced that the upcoming musical guests and hosts will be Ariana Grande, who will... Oh, wait.
It's very popular right now because that Wicked movie is crushing it in
I
the
haven't
theaters.
seen Wicked yet. Anybody seen Wicked?
My daughter went to see it.
Okay, my daughter went to see it too. I said, "How was it?" She goes, "It was the exact same thing as the play." I'm like, "Okay, that sounds good. I love the play."
By the way, did you know people are making... There's like this big internet divide about whether or not you can sing when you go to Wicked?
Yeah, we talked about it here.
No, Cap wasn't here.
Wait, when you go
People,
to the movie?
it's a musical, and so people are going and they're singing along.
Yeah,
you know it.
yeah.
Are you
I've seen
serious?
the show many times. The
There's a
Broadway show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's people that are like divided on the internet because some people are saying, "Oh, if I'm going to go to that, I'm going to sing along. I'm going to live my life, sing along." And then the other half of people are like, "I don't want to hear you sing. I want to hear the movie." So it's like a big thing.
Well, I mean, I always feel like when I'm at a concert, for example, right? Or not even, it doesn't have to be a concert. I was in a bar the other night, and there was the band playing live music. And this guy's singing some songs that I know every word to. So I'm singing out loud. You know, and I'm making eye contact with the lead singer, and he's giving me a look, and I'm giving him a look, and we're pointing at each other, and I'm like, you and me, we're right here. And then there are other people around me going, bro, I'm here to hear that guy sing, not you sing.
Well,
And
how
I'm
many
like,
people were there?
maybe like 20 or 30. Like, it was a small bar.
I think that's different than what Lindsay's describing.
Like, what if you're at a movies? Do you want to hear other people singing along?
I feel like in this particular movie, with these songs that are so popular, See what I did there? I think that
You're the only one here who has seen Wicked, I can assure
Come
you.
on, George, you've never seen the play Wicked?
I have not, no.
DeAndre, this is right up your alley, man. This is this is perfect for you.
Yeah,
No, you
I mean,
are-
I'm familiar
totally
with
up
the
my
story.
Yeah, I mean, this is your deal, man. This
Totally
is
up my
Wicked,
alley,
right? This
yeah.
is right in.
I'm actually like impressed that you are like so culturally involved in
Well, I used
Wicked.
to go to like every Broadway show that there was. I loved Broadway musicals and Broadway shows just in general.
Really?
I love the theater.
See, I feel like this is like we never knew this.
Yes.
Cap's cultured, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm cultured.
Cultured Cappy.
Yeah, but I like the theater. You know what I mean? Makes
Right.
me feel cool.
Yeah.
What's the last musical that you saw?
The last Broadway musical that I saw?
Mhm.
Probably the Jersey Boys, so it's been a little
Hey.
while. Yeah, it's been a little while.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to really quick what you need to know. Ariana Grande and Stevie Nicks was the last one. So for December, they're closing out the season with
Oh, this is Saturday Night Live. I was wondering what we were
yes,
talking about.
back to
Paul,
Saturday Night Live.
Paul Mescal and Shabuzi.
Oh,
which-
Shabuzi. I
Now,
love Jim
Shabuzi-
Nance talking about him
Exactly.
all
What
on
was-
Thanksgiving.
Was that the Dallas game?
Yeah, he
Or-
was
Yeah.
the halftime.
Yeah, right.
Shabuzi coming up for the halftime
And
show.
Shabuzi is coming up.
Hello, friends, Shabuzi.
December 14th, Chris Rock and Gracie Abrams. You saw Gracie
Oh,
Abrams,
Gracie
right, Cap?
Abrams. Love Gracie Abrams.
See, you know all of this
Well,
stuff.
I only know because I got, I'm a girl dad.
Yeah.
So Gracie Abrams, Ariana Grande, I know these girls.
And then Martin Short and Hosier, which I thought Hosier was like one-hit wonder. He was done, never to be heard
Apparently
from again.
he's back.
But I guess
Martin
he's back.
Short, though. You see, Martin Short is a
Original.
legendary.
Yeah.
He's great in Only
SNL.
Murders in the Building.
I haven't seen that.
It's great. It's a good show.
But you go back to some of the Martin Short's bits on SNL. Does anybody remember Jackie Rodgers Jr.? Does anybody
I
remember?
do not,
The
no.
albino dude with the long white hair who
Yeah.
talked like this. You guys don't remember that guy?
No, I don't.
Or how about the guy? What was his name? Ed Grimley, where he had like the pointed hair.
That I
and
do
he walked
remember,
around.
yes.
Hello, can I help you, man? You know
Yeah.
that kind of. No, nobody remembers
That one I
this?
remember.
Okay.
But the other one I have no idea. Yeah, that one I have no clue what that is about. Anyway. So, yeah, they're bringing back. That's Martin Short's an old school guy.
Love
And-
Martin Short.
Yeah. All right. That is what you need to know. Brought
You
to
know that
Oh,
he's
sorry.
dating.
Step on his bit.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Go ahead, you can finish.
No,
it.
go ahead.
I was gonna say he's dating his co-star in the movie. Is it Helen Mirren?
Martin
I
Short
think
is?
yes, from Only Murders in the Building.
Oh,
Is
really?
that who's in it?
I don't know.
But yeah, they're dating, and I was like, oh, that's so cute
I know
because
they
they
had-
play like they're dating in the show, and now they're dating in real
They
life.
had that giant mural right here in downtown LA for weeks. You know, the name
It's
of
a
that
good show.
I've not
I
seen
enjoyed it.
I don't
Enjoyed
know
it.
That is what you need to know. Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are.
All right, I'm getting you back
Meryl
on
Streep
track.
is who he's dating.
Oh, really? He's dating Meryl Streep?
Yes.
That's a big deal.
I know.
Martin
Is
Short.
that really?
No,
I mean,
no disrespect to
it's
Helen
late.
Mirren, but
No,
that's
no.
a much bigger deal.
It's
I
late.
get them confused sometimes.
But it's late in her life, you know what I mean?
Who's
and his too.
Well, yeah, but that's like, to me, like if he was dating Meryl Streep like 25 years ago, that's a monster score.
Yeah.
But even still, just based on name and reputation alone, Martin Short getting Meryl Streep, hey, good for you, man.
Yeah.
But they're cute. Like, don't you think they'd make like a real cute couple? I think so.
Yeah.
She's
Alright,
got to be way taller than him.
I'm getting you back on track, George Sedano.
Oh.
Okay, here goes.
Yeah, I see them here, by the way.
You
Where?
were about to say
On the internet.
Oh.
You were about to say about LeBron.
Yeah.
And about the Lakers.
Yeah.
You said we're starting to see issues that we've been talking about for the
years.
last couple of years.
Yeah.
And I think many of us, just like the beginning of the USC football season when they beat LSU and we were all like, national championship playoff. We've saw the beginning of the Lakers season and we went, Western Conference Finals, maybe.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know about
Who
that.
was saying that,
I don't
Mason?
think any. I think we sat there and said, if they made another move, maybe they would be there. You know what I mean? But like, I don't believe.
But even so, that's fine. But here's the thing: LeBron was fresh. It was the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Now 20 or so games in,
Right.
he's tired.
Well, and
Night
why?
2 of the back-to-back.
Right, and why is that? Why is LeBron tired?
Because he's old.
But more so. Keep going. There's more to it here. There's more to it. LeBron is tired.
And by the way, when they do win, he has to put the team on his back.
True.
People are saying take days off. If he takes games off, they're going to lose,
No,
right,
no,
D? Is there a game he can take off where they don't win, where
Nah,
they don't lose?
LeBron shouldn't be taking. I mean, if he does take games out there, they're going to lose.
Okay,
Guaranteed.
but hold on. LeBron is not going to take days off for the reason Chris is saying that they're going to lose games because he has to carry them still at 40 years old. And he's not going to take days off because LeBron has put it out there for everybody to hear. He wants to and intends to play all 82 games this year. And by the way, that was the dumbest thing he could have ever said for this reason. Bro, you're 40, okay? I'm a man. I'm 40. You should not be playing every game. I understand the goal, but here's a question. Would you rather play 82 games and have the team be a play-in, or would you rather play 72 games and not have to be in the play-in?
I don't think he cares.
So
because of his ego? Because all he cares about is...
Because I think deep down he knows it doesn't really matter with this team, so he's going to do what makes him feel good. And that's... By the way,
look,
there's a part of that kind of okay. He's earned that.
Here's the deal. Okay, the issues with this team...
That was sports radio.
That was really good job.
...are very
That was
simple.
good.
We've talked about them forever. As LeBron ages, he continues to carry a burden that is unnecessary, in my opinion, for someone of his age at that point. Like, and I'm not the only one that said it. Like, James Worthy said it in the post game yesterday. Like, we've been saying this for years. Like, what do you expect from him? Like, he's at the end. Like, he's on the back nine. Like, even he's talked about it this year openly. Like, for the first time, talked about retirement this year.
What did Worthy say? Let me hear.
Here's what Worthy said yesterday.
You know, look, he's been asked to do a lot. You know what I mean? And as great as he is, you can't ask a 39, 40-year-old guy to do this all the time, every night. You know, it's just hard. But when he's called upon, he tries to do it. And sometimes I think he forces the issue sometimes I think the offense gets a little stagnant. But, you know, he's got to figure out a way not to turn it over.
Yeah. Right. But the main takeaway there is at this stage of his career, we've been talking about this. Like, how much more do you want him to do in this scenario? And that's why it's on Anthony Davis to do it for longer than only stretches of time, okay? Now, the next thing is the roster construction that we've talked about for years.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, you've been fooled. You got fooled. Fooled is probably not the right word. They had a nice run
You got
a couple
shrunken
years
in.
ago that, you know, after making some trades, they shook it up. They added some pieces that made sense. It definitely made them better. And LeBron and AD, by the way, LeBron was 2 years younger at that point. He was 37, okay? And AD was playing very well at that point. So, and he was 2 years younger and had less injuries and all these things, right? And then you sat on that team, kind of knowing, like, what that team was, that, like, hey, you're not going to beat Denver. And then you ran it back. You lose to Denver again. And now you're running it back again and hoping, because it's hard in today's NBA, because you got to win in the margins and development matters. And you're playing guys that probably aren't ready to play these big minutes. But you have to, because you don't really have another choice. And it's not going well. Okay? And it doesn't matter. Like, I like JJ. I think JJ's done good things. I don't think JJ's the issue here. I think the roster is the biggest issue. And I think the fact that you're still LeBron dependent at this stage of his career is an issue, which is why I've said, if you're going to be in the business with LeBron, just make the deal. Make the deal to get them a third player who can really help them. Because here's the thing. Austin Reeves is really good. But you know what really good players do? They're great in spurts. They're not, like, great every night. And what you want is a third player who can be great pretty much almost every night. So that way you can rely upon that person to always be great when you need them to. And that's not a shot at Austin Reeves. He's a young player. He shouldn't be asked to be great every night at this stage of his career. And by the way, we don't know if that's his ceiling anyway, okay? But he's been really, really good, which is a huge success story for the Lakers. But at some point, you have to trade some of your chips in if you really want to win a championship. Now, if you don't want to win a championship, okay, and you're saying, I want to keep these assets because these assets are going to be valuable because LeBron is probably going to retire in a year or so, then I understand that too. But let's be transparent about that, is what I'm saying.
Well, I'm glad you're saying that, because I think the reality is this notion that when you're in the LeBron business and the Lakers, given their history, they don't take the floor unless they're competing to win a championship. And I disagree with that. I think right now the Lakers are in the entertainment business. That's why they have a 40-year-old LeBron James, because LeBron James is entertaining. He's somebody that we talk about all the time. But if you are in the business of winning a championship, here's the thing. A, that roster would have been overhauled, number one. And B, you don't hire a first-time head coach again. And we can sit here and say that J.J. Redick is better than Darvin Ham, but so what? And I think earlier today, you may have sent us a message, George. If you look back at last year and you look at this year, through 21 games,
same record.
This team was 12-9 last year. They're 12-9 this year.
And guess what? Darvin Ham's going to have an NBA Cup.
Can I just say?
Well, no. What I'm saying is we won last year. The inaugural NBA Cup.
Can I just say yes? They're 12-9. They're the same record as last year in the first 20.
Are you going to tell us that they're better this year?
Hold on.
Are you about to spin us around?
No, hold on. All I'm saying is,
you're going to flippy-floppy that thing?
The thing that J.J. Redick has done,
yes,
that Darvin Ham did not do, is actually having a game plan and attention to detail and having X's and O's and having an actual scouting report.
Well, more organized. Fair point.
These guys cannot go in and execute it, so that's not on him. He's even saying he came out after the Denver Nuggets game. It's aberration. It's not who we are. He came out in that last game against the Minnesota Timberwolves and said, you know what, this might be who we are. This could potentially be who we are. And this roster, like he said, they're asking Oscar Reeves to do a lot. They're also asking Dalton Knecht, a rookie, to jump in the starting lineup and do a lot to provide scoring. I mean,
and that's not helping.
And
that's not working
here's what I would say. He also he had a line last week where he said, I can't joystick the thing. And he's basically saying, like, guys got to execute. Like, I can't control. This isn't a video game. I can't just control guys.
Yeah, and listen, last night's game, when you only score 80 points.
The lowest of any team in the season, by the way.
And you lose by 29 points to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and their best player
had a bad game.
Their best player, Anthony Edwards, scored 8 points last night.
Yeah.
You lost by 29 points to a team who has a young superstar, and he scored 8 points. That is brutal. And it's amazing how we went from, hey, they're pretty good. They're actually pretty good. And LeBron is on fire. How's he doing this? And Anthony Davis is an MVP. And 7 games later, it's fallen apart.
Yep. Still to come.
I'm here for it.
Radio Tinder. The bottom of the hour. Kirk Morrison next hour.
Yeah.
And
Morrison Tuesday today.
Yes. Why
And?
Tuesday?
It's usually Morrison Monday.
Yeah.
I'll get the pillow.
Oh, don't do that.
I did it.
Don't do it.
Do you want a shadow box?
Don't do that. Oh, wow. You want to get the pillow and shadow box?
And Cap 10 coming up in about 45 minutes. But first, Cappy, why don't you tell us about our friends at Amazon Pickup?
Yeah, I want to talk about Amazon Pickup and what it can do for you. Look, we all know Amazon, right? Like, we're watching football games on Amazon. We're ordering all of our holiday gifts on Amazon. But Amazon Pickup is different. It allows you to send your orders to a secure pickup location that you choose, so that rather than the packages being delivered to your house or, let's say, your apartment, they go directly to a secure pickup location like an Amazon locker or a counter. And then you can pick up your packages on your own time. So when your package arrives, you get a confirmation email about the delivery. It notifies you your package is ready. There's instructions on picking it up. It's great for when you're out and about. And I know I've been talking a lot about this. It's the holiday season. Our schedules are going to be busier. We're going to be going to work. We're going to be preparing for the holidays. We're going to be at different gatherings. Amazon Pickup is a great option for when you're not planning on being home when your packages are being delivered. So look, it's a secure and convenient delivery solution to pick up Amazon packages, and there's no additional cost. Amazon.com/pickupmvp. Amazon.com/pickupmvp to learn.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com, and remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
Going through a life change, whether you're downsizing, you've inherited a home, or you're just ready for a change, Seller's Advantage is here to make selling your home easy. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. With Seller's Advantage, you're in control. Close as quickly as you want and do it on your own terms. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-2747 or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
NextGen is the official plumbing, heating, and AC company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. NextGen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews online to prove it. Looking for an all-star deal on home comfort? Call NextGen. For just $14.99 a month, you'll score year-round coverage on all of your plumbing, heating, and AC needs. You heard it right. For just $14.99 a month, you'll experience coverage and comfort all season long. No unexpected timeouts, just total peace of mind. As a NextGen member, you'll enjoy complimentary multi-point inspections, cooling tune-ups, plumbing and safety inspections, and exclusive members-only savings. Plus, you'll have a VIP guaranteed 2-hour priority service appointment. Sign up today to become a NextGen VIP. Don't miss out. Call 833-3NEXTGEN. NextGen is the only name you need to remember for comfort and reliability all season long. That's 833-3NEXTGEN or visit nextgenaironplumbing.com.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN.
All you gotta do is go to Morongo and get 15 gifts in 15 days, and you'll be halfway done with my list. Hello, Ma. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
15 days of gift-a-day giveaways. Earn 500 points on your rewards card and get that day's gift. Weekdays, starting the 2nd.
Number 2.
The 20th anniversary marketplace special for only $20. Mondays.
And the number 1 reason.
Laughter with Earthquake, live January 25th.
Morongo, good times.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Real and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL, realfathersrights.com/710, or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights, the Father's Rights Attorneys.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text STREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text STREAK to 321-321. That's STREAK to 321-321.
Oh, come on. What do you know about this, DeAndre?
What do you know, D? 422.
Come on, D.
Live Imaging Tuesday. Sedano and Kap.
Lit.
Come on, D.
D, if you don't know this song, take note. Good song with the lady. You feel me?
Happy birthday. He turns 56. The great Montel Jordan.
Oh, $100 bills, y'all. Then again, if you were from where I was from, you would know.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Yeah. If you were from where I'm from, then you would know.
It's also...
Keep going, Cap.
Cappy, you missed when...
And I gotta get mine.
who's the young man that challenged you to a basketball game?
Oh, here we go.
Who that?
Jerry.
Oh, no.
Intern Jerry.
Oh, intern Jerry's going to kick his freaking ass.
Yeah,
get
intern
outta
Jerry
here.
telling everybody he's going to work.
Then
yeah.
he said he would take you in the post, which
Yeah,
I thought
I mean,
was
let
kind
me
of
tell you something right
disrespectful
now.
personally.
Not
Yeah,
disrespectful.
real disrespectful.
Not disrespectful because any guy who's willing to talk that much when you're outsized, both height and weight, okay? That guy might have something that we don't know about. You feel me?
I seen film. I studied
Oh,
already.
you seen
man.
film
Yes,
on
I
us
studied
already?
that's it.
Come on,
Oh, really?
There's
What
film.
kind of film? Like junior high school or what?
Nah, this man Jerry actually sent me a DM on Instagram, a video of him playing basketball.
Where at? High school ball? Or
It looked like
men's
it
league?
was just a regular rec gym.
For
and then-
reals? He's
Oh,
sending films of rec?
Yeah. I was like, oh, really, Jerry? You want to do this right now?
Really? Does he want to do it? Does he,
He,
want
want,
to
he wants to smoke. He said he wants to smoke.
Okay,
man.
I'm there for it. I'll ref that thing.
We with all the smoke and we ain't ducking no fades.
That's how I feel.
Well, you should hoop with us, Cap.
I would love to.
You know, you're a real hooper.
Well, I'm not really a hooper.
You know ball, though.
I do know ball. That I know. All kinds of ball. I know them all. You know, human athletes, equine athletes, you name it, I know them. All right, these are scouting eyes, is what these are.
Aren't you glad Cap's back?
I love Cap.
Back from Amsterdam.
Yeah, I missed you guys.
No, you didn't.
I did. I smoked so much weed in Amsterdam. Oh my
Really?
God, I smoked so much weed.
Besides weed, like what else did you get into there, like drug wise?
It was drug wise.
Isn't everything like legal there?
I don't know if everything's legal. Like at one point, we did discuss doing mushrooms, but we never did them.
Oh,
you know?
man.
And then we walked through the red light district one day. You talk about an uncomfortable thing. I'm walking through the red light district with my 3 daughters.
Yeah, that seems
that's
seems a little uncomfortable.
And
actually.
there's naked ladies like in front of the windows, you know. And I'm saying to my son, I'm like, Justin, why don't you go in there, you know? And he's like, gross, man. That's gross, dude. And then so then we were gonna do on Friday
You
night.
think girls have cooties?
Yeah, I don't know. They probably do. I don't know.
No, it's regulated there.
Well, whatever, dude.
Yeah, they gotta take
that's the
tests
whole
and
point.
everything. Yeah.
They got there's naked ladies everywhere behind the glass, and I'm like, dude, go get some, you know. And so then
Father of the year over here.
right, my
Go
3
get
daughters,
some.
we all decided we're gonna go to one of these live human sex shows.
Oh my God!
Okay,
I want to hear
You
it.
probably don't.
No,
need to
no,
go
I
to
want to
here.
hear it.
Okay, I'll make it real simple
I
for you.
want to know.
I'll make it real simple for you.
Can we turn the cameras off so there's no evidence that Sedano and I were in the room
No,
for
no.
this?
I'm gonna just say this: we didn't go.
Okay,
Oh.
good.
We did not go.
Thank God.
So you thought you actually thought for a moment of going to a live show for that with your daughters?
So that's like watching a porno with your daughters.
Well, the thing
But
was, is
live.
my daughters were like, hey, Dad, it's part of the culture here, so let's just go be a part of it, right? Like we're smoking weed, like it's part of the culture, so why don't we go check out a sex show? And my son was vehemently against it.
Finally, somebody.
Vehemently
Thank God somebody
against
was.
it. My son's like, Dad.
Why? What'd he say?
He's like, this is not cool. He's like, there's no way I'm going into a sex show to watch 2 people get down and dirty with my 3 sisters and my dad.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm such an idiot. I'm like, yeah, what's the big deal? Like, well, okay, what's the big deal? You know? And then finally, a friend of mine, he talked to me because he was like the guy who was like, you should do this because it's really interesting. It's part of their culture. And then he's like, he called me. He goes, dude, I've been thinking about this while you've been gone. I think it's a terrible idea. Don't go to a sex show with your daughters. And
Yes.
thank goodness we did not go.
Would you
Thankfully
go
the case.
just with Justin though?
Yeah, nah, it wasn't like
That's also weird.
Yeah, also very weird.
That's
It
all-
is?
I-
Don't guys go to like strip clubs with their sons and stuff? Like, is that a thing or no? I don't
First of
know.
all, I wouldn't go to a strip club with my father.
Right.
Second of all, I'm not a big strip club guy, but
But if Mucho wanted to go, you would say no mas?
Mucho would be scared of Angela finding out he went.
Oh, okay,
that's
gotcha.
true.
As would
Angela.
Yeah.
I. As would I.
Yeah.
But by the way, one thing about the red light district.
Yeah.
Now, is there a different section that is males in the windows?
Didn't see any men in the windows. Did not see any men.
So you couldn't be like, hey, Jules, go get some.
No, I was not
Or
saying that to
Cap.
my daughter.
Right.
Right.
That's
right.
depending on what
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
You got a little of everything.
All right then. So where
Because
do we go
DeAndre,
from
can you
here?
imagine DeAndre in one of those windows?
Oh, dude.
Clean up.
If I saw that,
Oh man, if Cap saw that and he
Oh.
didn't know DeAndre, he'd be
Oh.
like, oh.
I got to check that out for myself. I got to see that.
The laugh, the Cap laugh there is amazing.
George, where were we?
I have no idea.
Lindsay,
No, honestly, I don't
I
even
want to
remember.
know more
Lindsay,
about
where
your
were we?
trip here, Cappy.
Oh, we were going to do Lindsay wanted us to do.
Big man on campus.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we doing Big Man on Campus?
Yeah, sorry,
sure.
You
Cappy.
just did it.
I was going to say.
All right, I'll give you my Big Man on Campus. You ready?
Yeah.
This was a very interesting weekend of college football. Okay, a lot of big upsets and a lot of near upsets. I was shocked when I was following Georgia Tech against Georgia, and at one point, I want to say the score was like 27-13.
Yeah,
There
and
was
then the
about-
referees saved Georgia.
Is that what happened? Because I was.
They had one of the most in back-to-back series. Georgia on a 4th down play. Georgia Tech on a 4th down play got called for a pass interference. It was no way in hell pass interference.
Oh, really?
But it was at Georgia, so they got called there. Then the next series, their quarterback gets absolutely mauled on a targeting call. Kid literally head down. Like, speared him.
Yeah.
No targeting
Oh,
call.
my God.
Fumbled the ball, and then Georgia went the other way.
So the game was at Georgia, you're saying?
Yes, in
and,
Athens.
and Georgia loses this game, theoretically, they're out of the playoff.
Oh, no question.
They win this game, they're still alive, which they are. Georgia was down so big in the fourth quarter with like 5 minutes to go, came back, wound up winning the game in 8 overtimes, and the quarterback from Georgia, Carson Beck, 5 touchdown passes, almost 300 yards passing, no interceptions. Carson Beck.
See, I'm going the other quarterback in the game, Haynes King, because, first of all, Georgia Tech was a 3-touchdown underdog, I believe, in that game, okay? Let's start with that part of it. This kid has been battling injuries all year and has toughed them through the entire season. Like, there was one game where he was like, he barely could walk, okay? So imagine having to do that against Georgia, right, in a rivalry game. And again, had the refs not, I think, it was some of the most egregious crap I've ever seen in a college football game happened in back-to-back series and screwed that kid's chance of really being a legendary player for that program in that type of rivalry.
Where were the refs worse? Georgia Tech, Georgia, which, by the way, I can't believe we picked the same game.
Yeah.
Or was it the Raiders and the Chiefs?
Raiders Chiefs pretty bad too, but it was definitely Georgia Tech because it happened on back-to-back plays or series. It was just insane. And then my Sunday statement is going to be DeAndre's Eagles.
Oh, they made a statement all right.
Let me tell you something.
They did.
They may be. I mean, to me, it's them, the Lions, the Chiefs, and the Bills. Those are the 4 teams.
Yep.
And anything outside of that, now granted, injuries could play a factor, right? But if everyone's healthy, outside of that, I expect that to be the Final 4.
Well, Philadelphia and Baltimore, watching those two teams play, you literally could watch that game and say, this is a Super Bowl potential matchup. You've got 2 great coaches, and I say great coaches. I guess Sirianni's not considered great, but he has been to a Super Bowl. You've got excellent quarterbacks. You've got excellent running backs. I mean, that was a game where you could say those 2 teams could meet eventually in the Super Bowl. Philadelphia, for all the talk about how weak their schedule has been, that was the game against Baltimore this weekend where people said, take Philly for real.
And I would just say this. Winning 8 games in the NFL is hard. Like, 8 straight? Like, what are we talking about here? I don't care how easy the schedule is. That's really difficult to do.
But the signature win, at least, the way it had been reported, is game 1 against Green Bay. So it's been considered weak ever since.
Yeah.
But hey, listen, when you win
I don't
games,
buy that in the NFL.
Listen, the NFL this year, there are so many teams that are not good. So while we sit here and pick apart the schedule, and I do it all the damn time, there just aren't that many really good teams. You just mentioned 4 at the top, 2 in the AFC, 2 in the NFC. You might be able to add a couple, but not many.
Yeah, those are the 4 best teams to me. All right, that is Big Man on Campus and Sunday's statement. Cappy, let's talk some prize picks because we got to get to Radio Tinder here in a second. But listen, we got a lot of action today, okay? And here's the deal. If you want action in the state of California, Prize Picks is the place to go for sports, okay? You can win up to 100 times your money with as little as 4 picks. It's as simple as looking at a statistical line for an individual player in pretty much any sport, including darts. Cappy loves a good darts game.
I do love darts.
Yeah.
And they're in the off season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm not getting my guy.
Right. But it's as simple as you get the statistical line for this individual player in any of these sports, and it's more or less. What is that? Let's just say Anthony Davis, 12.5 rebounds. Is it more or less? It's really that simple.
Well, I want to tell you guys what I'm doing tonight. You're going to be impressed by this, George. I'm playing tonight because there's no NFL tonight, right? And the Lakers aren't playing tonight, and I'm not really playing any NHL yet.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
What?
Juju Watkins tonight.
Yeah.
Her more or less number on a Taco Tuesday where you get all kinds of discounts.
Yeah.
Juju Watkins, 23.5 points, more or less. But before you even answer, you need to know who they're playing against. Cal Baptist. Is Juju Watkins going to score like 60 points tonight against Cal Baptist?
It's very possible. I mean, when they played CSUN the other day, it was like 124-39.
And in women's college basketball, they don't call the girls off.
Yeah.
They don't go, hey, let's empty out the bench and we'll take it easy on these guys. They keep pounding and scoring. So here's what I want to say. Download the Prize Picks app. Use our code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make that $5 play. Get that $50 bonus. And let's all win some money together here, George. That's what we should do.
Run your game, Cappy.
Yes, sir.
Seven cars for kids. K-A-R-S, cars for kids. 1-877 cars for kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 cars for kids. K-A-R-S, cars for kids. 1-877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2024. 1877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. I have teamed up with Travis and DeMarco to tell you about personal injury attorney Joseph S. Normand and his all-star legal team.
We've been talking about the law office of Joseph S. Normand for months, and they've helped listeners achieve maximum compensation that they deserve in an accident.
Getting into an accident can be scary and frustrating dealing with insurance companies. Let the Normand All-Star team handle it for you. Visit normandlegal.com or 213-747-2000.
The law offices of Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000.
Get ready, LA. The Art of Sport LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk, is back at SoFi Stadium on December 18th at 6 p.m. Be there as the Mountain West top team goes head-to-head with the former Pac-12 contender in a showdown you won't want to miss. Tickets and premium suites are on sale now. Don't miss out on your chance to be a part of the action. Visit LABowlGame.com to secure your seats today. That's LABowlGame.com.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
You're busy enough this season without having to get up on a ladder to clean out your gutters. Whether you're tired of unclogging gutters or don't even know what your gutters look like, it's time for a permanent solution you can depend on with Leaf Filter. For the holidays, don't miss your last chance to save up to 35% off when you protect your gutters during Leaf Filter's most anticipated sale of the year at leaffilter.com/amber. Clogged gutters aren't just a nuisance. They can cause extensive problems like flooding, roof damage, rotting siding, foundation issues, and more. Leaf Filter uses award-winning patented technology to keep out everything but water. Call today to schedule your free gutter inspection and get a no-obligation free estimate. And don't miss out on your last chance of the year to save up to 35% off when you protect your gutters with Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system. Schedule your free inspection at leaffilter.com/amber. That's their lowest price of the year, up to 35% off at leaffilter.com/amber. See representative for warranty details.
Come on
I
now.
just wonder about you, Cap.
I'm going to bump you against the wall.
You can. Maybe that'll make my hip feel better.
God, it's going to be so embarrassing, like when you're just limping around all over the place.
No, we got to get fixed.
We got to drag you with us.
Radio Tinder time. We like to play a TV theme or mystical.
That's right.
Danger.
Making this a thing.
What do you know about mystical, D?
D knows.
Only one song, that's danger.
Really?
Yeah, only one song.
You don't know about bouncing back? Bumping me against the wall?
Nah.
On this tomorrow, December 4th, we won't have a show because the Lakers are going to.
What? They're going to what?
What happened?
Did that go in the trash or did that bounce off of something?
No, in the trash.
Tomorrow, December 4th, back 2001, Mystical released his single, Bounce It Back, Bumping Me Against the Wall.
You know Stutter. You know Mystical Stutter?
Yeah.
The remix?
I can tell you're lying.
Because when you apply, and he's like,
stutter,
yeah.
stutter, stutter.
Because you're lying when you're talking to Mystical. Something when you're talking to Joe.
What were you going to say, Cap?
I want you to say the name of the song again.
It's a great song.
Bouncing Back, Bumping Me Against the Wall.
Okay, there you go.
You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget about our sponsor, Tequila Mandala. I'm excited to go visit them tomorrow for lunch.
Nice.
Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala, founded in the city of Downey. Just like me.
Just like you.
Take it away, Purdy, Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. All right, so this is a very interesting story here that I need your guys' take on. So a man, who's a YouTuber apparently, found rapper Rody Rich's Grammy Prize in a storage locker that he bought, and he
Was
allegedly...
he on Storage Wars?
It could have been. I don't know. Maybe it was. I think it might have only been on his own personal YouTube page, but maybe
Gotcha.
he was going to get ready to pitch it to Storage Wars. And he allegedly demanded $50,000 to return it. So this guy uploaded a video of himself. He's unpacking stuff from the storage unit that he bought, which was like $280. And one of the last things he opens is a suitcase that has Roddy Rich's 2019 Grammy that he won for Best Rap Performance for Racks in the Middle with Nipsey Hussle and Mustard. And he said on this video, hey, if he wants it back, we'll work something out. I'll work something out with his team. Well, then Roddy Rich later went on Instagram and said that this YouTuber guy demanded $50,000 to return his Grammy, and he said that the guy was trying to extort him. So I guess things got ugly, threatened him, blah, 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 blah. Do you think that Roddy Rich should have to pay this guy to get his Grammy trophy back? Swipe left or swipe right?
I'll jump in.
I'm a little confused by the story, but go ahead.
But I'll jump in based on the details that were just given to me.
Yeah.
I'm swiping right. Yes, Roddy whatever should
Roddy Rich.
Yeah, should absolutely
From
pay this guy if he
Big
wants
C.
if he wants his Grammy.
Right.
And listen, I don't know whose storage locker that was. I don't know if it was Roddy Rich's or if it was somebody else who just happened to have
But
his.
that's not that guy's problem,
Okay,
right?
well,
That is
that guy,
not-
the guy that she's talking about,
Yeah.
that's his hustle. He goes
Well, right.
He goes and buys
Right. Yeah. This is-
storage
listen,
units,
yeah.
and he goes and he makes money off of
Listen,
that.
there's a whole show called Storage Wars.
Not to be confused with Stable Wars.
That's how I came up with Storage Wars. I stole it from I stole Stable Wars from Storage Wars. Storage Wars. And it's here in Southern California. They go to all these different storage places. People haven't paid for their storage unit. The storage unit takes control of it. They open it up. They say, "Hey, we're going to have an auction. You buy this thing for $280. You go into the suitcase. You find the Grammy. That's your Grammy.
Yeah,
you
get
now you own
everything
it.
in
You own
there.
And
Yeah.
so, hey, if the guy wants it back, you can pay me for it. If you think it's really valuable, pay me this kind of money. If you don't, I'll sell it to somebody else. He's going to recoup his $280 in the snap of a finger. He don't owe anybody anything. He bought it. It's his Grammy.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cappy's right. I mean, that's just the reality of it. Now that I've kind of followed the story a little closer after Googling it, yeah, that's just that possession is 9/10 of the law, right?
Apparently, they met up at like a police station. So the guy had like 2 cops with him, and he was filming the whole thing too. Was trying to film it and trying to make a whole thing about it as well. When
Smart.
Roddy Rich came with his group.
Listen, if that were me though, and I'm the YouTuber guy, like I just bought this storage unit, man, and I signed a piece of paper that says everything that's in here is mine. So like maybe the Grammy that was
My
in the
question
storage,
is, how did the Grammy get there?
I don't know. That's what we
the
don't
question.
know. And
That's
so
the question.
maybe the Roddy Rich is like, oh, someone stole it from me, blah blah blah. Well, that's not his problem.
No. And by the way, if you bought it for $280 and you wanted to, sell it to Roddy, $50,000 is a lot to ask. Maybe you say, hey, dude, listen, I bought this whole thing for $280. Give me $2,800. You know what I mean? Let me make my money. If you really want it back, $2,800 don't mean that much to that guy.
Well, at first he actually offered the guy $10K.
He
And
did.
He offered the guy $10K,
Wow.
and the guy said, "Nah, I don't want $10K."
Okay.
And then there was also more stuff in that storage. There was also like a couple $1,000, $5,000 jackets that were in there that
Nice.
the guy found in storage bins.
Wow, $280.
And so, so the guy obviously seeing that, he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna try to make a profit out of this." And people were upset about it because Roddy Rich's career
Yeah.
has kind of taken a little downfall because he hasn't made that much hits compared to his earlier album.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why it's a whole big deal. So, yeah.
Oh,
Well, if he really
sorry,
cared about
Roddy.
his Grammy, like why is it in some random dude's storage
Well,
unit?
it's actually it was his storage unit, but he bounces around
was
so many.
his storage
it
unit?
was his
See?
storage
And he
unit,
didn't pay for it?
And
I
that's
mean,
your,
he bounces around so many places.
Hey.
He bounces around, Cal.
Hey, he bounces.
Right, so he just
You
forgot
ain't
to
seen
pay, and
bouncing
that's
back.
what happens,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
bouncing me against the wall.
Like sometimes, like night 2 of the back-to-back.
Right.
There's just
Understood.
nothing you can do about
Yeah,
it.
and you just throw up air balls and you just can't hit anything.
Radio Tinder brought to you by our friends at Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. Award-winning small batch premium Mississippi tequila made from the finest mature agaves. Available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit their website, tequilamandala.com, and demand the extraordinary with Tequila Mandala. You got one more?
Yes, I do. All right. So, actress Kaylee Cuoco is facing a lot of backlash after she revealed that she had to make the excruciating decision to rehome her beloved pet dog. Well, apparently, she recently got engaged to Tom Pelfrey, and he also had a dog. And so when the two decided to move in together, apparently their dogs did not get along very well, and she said that her dog, Shirley, was getting into mega fights with her fiance's dog. And
What
so
was his dog's name? Because you mentioned Shirley.
well, his name is Tom.
Okay, Shirley and Tom.
No, Tom is the guy. Tom
Oh.
is the guy. So,
Tom Pelfrey.
yeah. Anyway, it doesn't say
What
his
about the
name.
breeds of the dogs?
I know that his dog is definitely like the bigger dog. It doesn't say the breeds. It looks like he's like a pit bull mix of some kind, maybe a boxer mix.
Okay.
And then her dog is like a small little white fluffy dog.
Okay.
And so she decided that since her dog didn't get along with her fiance's dog, she wanted to rehome it.
Okay.
And this is something that I would be like, nope, this is a deal breaker for me. If Chewy doesn't like your dog, then like we can't live together, whatever. You figure something else out. But I would never rehome my dog if I was dating someone who, their dog didn't get along with
This
mine.
term rehoming I've never heard of before.
It's like the nice way of saying you're giving away your dog to somebody else.
Right.
So she had to like actively find someone else to like adopt her dog.
Okay.
So you guys both have dogs. Well, kind of, Cappy. You kind
I've
of
had
do.
my dog for the last couple of days. I miss him.
Good. That's
I
great.
miss him a lot.
Yeah.
Would you ever rehome your dog because you entered into a new relationship that your dog didn't get along with their dog? Would you ever do what Kaylee Cuoco did?
I mean, if it made sense, right? Like, I don't know. I'd have to be in a specific situation to understand, like, how, like, bad it was and, like, why one dog gets to stay over the other. Like, I don't know the answer to that. That has to be resolved between the two parties, right? So,
well, for me, I mean, let's put this into practice here for a moment. You ready? Let's say Jennifer Aniston finally decides to invite me to come live with her. Right. And I show up with Jack the Frenchie, and she's got another dog.
He bites her in the booty,
and
like
right,
he did to Rachel.
Right. And then Jack. Well, now he can't do it anymore because he's lost so many teeth as he's gotten
teeth are
older.
gone, yeah.
So now,
Just
Jack,
gumming.
me and Jack are going to move into Jennifer Aniston's house, but Jennifer has her dog, and her dog and my dog don't get along. And Jennifer says to me, "Cap, you either get rid of that dog or you don't move in with me. What's it going to be?"
Oh, you're gonna pick Jennifer Aniston.
Of course, Jack's gone. And I as far as rehoming him, here's your rehome. Get out.
That's terrible.
Sorry.
You're a bad guy.
Get out. Am I a bad guy?
Yeah, for that you throw your dog for just a
for Jennifer Aniston. To live with Jennifer Aniston, I would give up my dog.
But he's not really your dog. That you don't. It's different because he's your dog part time.
Yeah,
I guess how would you know better? I mean, given what you've gone through in life, you've been thrown out a lot.
Yeah, I've been like a dog.
I would never rehome my dog.
They're eating the dogs.
Okay.
Speaking of homes, though,
Dude, that was pretty good.
Cappy.
Yeah.
Speaking of homes,
yeah.
If you got some issues with your homes,
To all my homes.
who are you gonna call?
You tell me.
Your boy Avner.
Oh.
Before the holiday, I had a great dinner with Abner.
Yeah, how was that? It looked like a nice dinner. He actually
Great
sent me
dinner.
a note and told me how great you guys were.
That was great.
He said he loved you. Let me talk to everybody, though, seriously, about an upsetting issue. You're paying your homeowner's insurance premium every month like you're supposed to, and then all of a sudden, you know the story. You have water damage, could be fire damage, could be a theft, and your insurance adjuster is just not taking care of you the way that he or she should. They're trying to offer you an amount of money that you know is not going to cover the damage that we're talking about. So if you try to negotiate with the homeowner's insurance company yourself, that is a losing proposition. You're going to find out real quickly that is not that simple. See, Avner Gatt negotiates on your behalf to make sure that you get the best possible outcome, not the insurance company. He's been at this for over 20 years. He's got an entire team of people who used to work for the insurance companies, they used to work for the law firms. Now they work for Avner, and they've got all the relationships with the people in the insurance industry. That's how they're able to negotiate this and get you the best deal. You don't have those relationships. And oh, by the way, you're probably on fire with anger. You're probably putting that anger onto the insurance adjuster themselves. Now, they don't want to help you out in any way. Do not get involved in this mess. You let Avner Gatt handle it. If you have a flood, if you have a fire, if you have a theft, and you have a homeowner's insurance claim, don't negotiate with the homeowner's insurance company. Avner Gatt, he does it for you, and he gets you the money you're supposed to have. 818-917-5256. 818-917-5256. His website is avnergatt.com, AVNERGAT. He'll answer the phone when you call. You'll know it's him. Bring. Hello.
Park Party and Play at Hollywood Park Casino. Listen to Travis and DeMarco to win the ultimate game day prize pack. VIP tailgate passes plus game day tickets. Listen to your cue to call and don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day experience. Park Party and Play with me at Hollywood Park Casino. Must be 21 and older to enter.
It's Mega Sports Station, 710 ESPN.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Are you looking to sell your home quickly and easily without having to do the repairs yourself or worry about whether or not buyers can qualify for new high interest rate loans? You need to call Seller's Advantage. Thousands of satisfied customers have already done this. They're the go-to choice for homeowners looking to sell their homes fast. Seller's Advantage will buy your home for a competitive cash offer and can close in just days. Not weeks, not months, days. No repairs are needed because they buy the home as is. They have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. It's no wonder why thousands of sellers have chosen Seller's Advantage. Seller's Advantage is the fastest and the most stress-free way to sell your home. If you're ready to sell now, call Seller's Advantage. Get a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Why do we love SEC football? Because no matter the venue or the rivalry, it's the ultimate hang. Fans of every flavor, good-natured trash talk with a side of andouille. Yes! But according to Johnsonville and the Harris poll, 71% of Americans hang out less than they used to. Why? Could it be that rivalries off the field are tearing us apart? Is it crazy to think a sausage-fueled tailgate party could unite us all? Can't hurt. Keep it juicy out there. Johnsonville, official sausage of the SEC.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. For instance, on September 21st, 2019, UCLA trailed Washington State 49-17 with under 7 minutes left in the third quarter. From that point forward, the Bruins erased that 32-point deficit, outscoring the Cougars 50-14 to win 67-63.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Ten in front of 5. Live imaging Tuesday. Sedano Kap. It is a family affair when we're all back together.
It is.
Tomorrow, December 4th. Back in 1971, the number one hit, Sly and the Family Stone.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Pot it up, dude.
Grows up to be somebody that just loves to learn.
Yeah.
Another child grows
Also
up to
tomorrow,
be
December 4th, back in
somebody you just
1881.
love to learn.
1881.
Don't tell me. December 4th, 1881. All right, give me a hint.
The Los Angeles Times began publication.
There you go.
Oh. Is it still in publication?
It is.
It is.
Oh.
They have that big building in El Segundo right by the airport.
It is still in publication. That is true. I don't know when the last time I held a newspaper was, though.
Physically, it's been a long time.
I miss it.
Yeah, I think I may have bought a newspaper a few weeks ago when I was in an airport. I bought a New York Post, and it smelled. You know what I mean? Like
It's got the print smell.
Yeah, like I used to love that smell, and I used to not mind getting my hands all dirty,
Yeah,
whatever.
but now it's like, ugh.
And I was like, ugh.
And
God.
you used to probably have it in studio every morning.
Oh,
right?
every morning.
Oh, Sid, what are we going to talk about?
Oh, yeah, we had the New York Post, we had the Daily News. Later on, I had the LA Times, the San Diego Union Tribune. USA Today was a staple every
USA
single
Today.
day.
If
Well,
Tony
they have
Bruno,
all the colors, you know.
If Tony Bruno didn't have his USA Today, Yama.
He hit me up yesterday.
Did he really?
He did. He hit me up on TikTok to ask me. He did. He said, yo, ma, how you like the Netherlands, ma? You out there getting some of that red light? What's up, ma? You know?
Wait, were you posting about your vacation on TikTok?
I was
were you?
I was trying to put
Like,
out some videos on TikTok.
Some different stuff than what
Some
you put out
content.
on Instagram?
Yeah, I was trying to put out some stuff, and I just never got committed to the project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know? So, anyway.
You going to mount me in show or on the break?
Probably going to mount you in show at some point. Yeah.
I mean, there's only about an hour.
Hey,
So.
can we do that now?
No, I'll do it in later hours.
I mean,
You
I
know what
need it, though.
I know you do. I can tell you're hurting.
Yeah.
You know?
Cappy, we haven't talked any football.
Football!
Now,
Don't. I see your face.
I mean,
Don't.
DeAndre texted first in the group chat, the worm emoji.
Oh, boy.
I mean, they won
They did indeed.
on the road against the Falcons. They're going to win 10 games. They are 2 wins away from my prediction at this point.
Let me ask you guys
I mean,
a question.
Kirk Cousins
4
threw
interceptions.
the ball to the other team.
So what?
Yeah.
Jameis did too.
Right, but if you go back and you watch those
Unwavering faith, ultimate belief.
if you go back and watch that Chargers-Falcons game,
Yeah.
like Kirk Cousins,
Yeah.
and listen, he's never been a winner. He's always been a stat generator.
Yeah, he's like a good but not great quarterback.
Right. He's not a Hall of Famer.
No.
He's a guy that you will look back on his career
Hall of very good.
and you'll be like, this guy had an amazing career. He made a ton of money.
Yeah.
He's got a lot to be proud of.
Right.
Remember, he was not a first-round draft choice.
Yeah.
He was not supposed to be the starting quarterback. He was a project
He was
and
the
a
4th
backup.
round pick,
Right.
yeah.
And Kirk Cousins has had an amazing career.
Yeah.
But they got him in Atlanta thinking that he was going to be able to, help that club.
They thought he was going to be their Matthew Stafford.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what happened? When you go back and you watch this game from this past weekend between the Chargers and the Falcons,
He can't even move.
And the interceptions that he threw, and I'm not joking, there was not 1 ounce of pressure anywhere near him. In fact, the one interception that he threw late in the game, which was in the end zone. Okay, keep in mind, the Chargers won the game by 4 points. They scored on a pick six, and they also Cousins threw an interception in the end zone. Yeah. On a floater ball.
He threw it to 3 Chargers.
Right, like what are you doing? Like an experienced quarterback like that. But I will say this.
How did you feel about that in real time?
I felt like, you know what? I expected the Chargers
to win. Kicking the junk?
It's just like, it's amazing to me.
Oh, here we go.
Listen, here's what good coaching will do for you, okay? Yeah. Good coaching, and Harbaugh has a great reputation, and he's been successful everywhere he's been. Mm-hmm. Good coaching can take a team that is always making a mess of things, and he can get them in a position where they can win games against teams that are just not as good.
There you go.
And that's what you have to do.
Right.
Because this is what this organization has not been able to do for years.
Win the games you're supposed to.
You're exactly right. Yeah. And they are doing that. Now, when you look back...
And they're going to do it at least 2 more times.
And listen, I'll tell you this, though.
Yeah.
My top 10 teams in the NFL are coming up. I think you're going to be surprised, in particular, one particular team that I think has been completely under the radar, but everything I'm saying about good coaching applies for them too.
Okay.
Because none of us would have seen this coming.
Fair enough. Cappy.
Terrible. Lose to all these playoff contenders. Baltimore, Pittsburgh.
They didn't need to. I told you this in the preseason. Their schedule, they had a lot of those games that were winnable, and they're going to win 10 games and make the playoffs. You mocked me. You scoffed at me.
Well, just wait.
By the way, they could win 12 games.
Yeah, there will come a moment.
12. Look at the schedule.
I mean, it's easy. But
KC, they're going to loss. To the Chiefs.
Don't count
Tampa
that
Bay,
as a loss for sure.
Tampa Bay, Denver, New England. Tampa Bay, New England, Denver, Las Vegas.
They can win 2 or 3 of those.
There are 2 games there that I would say they're not going to win.
How does it feel, Cap, that the Chargers are going to be a 12-win team?
Doesn't
what
bother
if
me
they
at
win
all.
out?
You're going to choke on that worm.
Doesn't bother me at all.
We're going to stick that worm down your throat.
Here's what'll happen.
And you're going to choke on it, you scumbag.
Here's what's going to happen.
Kick him in the shins.
They will.
What did that just say?
Kick him in the shins.
Oh,
kick him in the shins.
They will find a way at some point
to
screw the whole thing up.
Okay. Great win! I mean, they're going to make the playoffs.
It sees that way.
Yeah. They would have to pretty much lose them all at this point.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think they're better than Kansas City?
No.
Do you think they're better than Buffalo?
No.
Okay. So making the playoffs is great.
Right. But that's what I told you, is that 10 wins, making the playoffs in the year 1 of Harbaugh with the worst cap situation in the NFL, that's an incredible feat.
And wait till next year when the schedule changes.
Well, here we go. Now we've moved the goalpost again. Wait till next year.
I mean, I
like he's basically resided on this year.
Oh, no, I'm resided already.
Yeah.
I mean, they have completely done what I didn't think they could ever do.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear.
Cappy, according to the numbers, they have a 95% chance of making the playoffs.
Good.
Well, that's,
good. I'm glad they do.
Yeah.
Because at some point, they will screw the whole thing up.
Have you ever had a worm in your mouth?
Screw what up? Even if they're 1 and done, that's a great year for them now.
What if they all of a sudden lose every game the remainder of the
season
and don't make the playoffs? I mean, that would be really awesome for me.
There's no chance.
That would be good for me. I would have a good time with that. I would enjoy that. That I would enjoy.
By the way, the Rams schedule that we thought was tough doesn't look as tough anymore. I mean, the Bills obviously are tough, but the rest of those games, they're all division games, and they're at least winnable. I'm not saying they're going to win them all, but they also have at least they control their own destiny potentially in front of them.
Well, the Rams this weekend, and like I said, Cap 10 coming up at the top of the hour.
Rams have to win every division game, though.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well,
they have to win the division.
Right, they've got 3 of them.
That's the only way NFC West is
pretty much,
but, But listen, San Francisco's done. We understand that for this year. San Francisco's
I have their
toast.
game this weekend.
You do?
Yeah.
Who do they play this weekend?
Bears. Caleb.
Oh. Where at?
Up in Santa Clara.
Oh, yeah.
What was that sound?
What a game of dysfunction.
By the way, that game about a month and a half ago looked like a good game.
Yeah. But what a dysfunctional mess of 2 teams.
Yeah.
You know?
Are you calling the game on ESPN Radio?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very nice.
Nice. So the Rams, though, they can still win this division because You look at Seattle, and you're like, I still just can't
Buy into them.
believe in
Yeah.
Seattle.
Right.
Arizona, a few weeks ago, you thought maybe, and now you don't think that at all about Arizona.
Yeah.
And the Niners are toast. So the Rams are still very much alive.
Got to beat New York, though. That Jet game could be a trap.
Yeah, yeah.
Could be a trap, Cappy.
We'll see. I
Bills
think
are going to motorboat them.
Jets are pretty toast. I mean, the
I'm
Bills
so
are
glad
really
somebody's
good.
finally starting to understand the right phraseology around here. Motorboating is when you beat somebody up real bad.
Yeah.
You guys kept using this stupid phrase about boat racing, and I'm like, who the hell's racing a boat on what body of water?
Yeah.
It's motorboating.
Right.
I tried to tell Mason that earlier when I was producing Mason and Ramona's show.
Oh.
And he was not a fan.
He was not a fan.
No.
He doesn't want a motorboat.
No,
huh?
he doesn't. Doesn't want a motorboat.
Gotcha.
All right, coming up next, the Cap 10. Yep. Maybe a little more Lakers, and then Kirk Morrison is in there. He's going to join us. Normally Morrison Mondays, but we didn't have a show on Monday, so Morrison Tuesday.
Mhm.
All right, that's coming up here in just a second, Cappy.
But first, Christopher.
Yes.
Tonight, the East Central, our downtown Los Angeles residents, the East Central.
Those rooms are so big at the East Central. You and I both could be in the room with worms in our mouth, and it would be fine.
Yeah, no problem at all. You know, I love the decor of these rooms. I like the Mamba room where you've got that painting of Kobe. Of
course.
I like the Great One room where you've got the painting of Wayne Gretzky. I like the Madonna room, the Steven Tyler room, and other great pieces of art in all of these rooms. And one thing I'm gonna tell you this right now. You've never been to a hotel. I'm talking the highest end hotels in the world. Nobody has softer towels than the East Central. I don't know what they do to those towels.
Amazing towels. You use the big bath towel. For me, when I get out, I use it for my body, upper body.
Yeah, right.
And the smaller towel I use for my privates.
Yeah, you do?
And it's beautiful.
Is it the hand towel you use for the privates?
No, the bigger towel.
Okay, gotcha. The
Like
medium size.
not the washcloth.
Got it.
Those are in the shower.
And you use that for your privates.
The medium-sized towel.
Got it, just because it's nice and soft.
Well, I'm a larger man. I need 2 towels.
I understand. You got the Nixo Lounge downstairs, nice cocktail. I always have breakfast at the Nixo Lounge.
Breakfast at Nixo's that's becoming one of my favorite things.
Oh, yeah, because the chef is there, and I know her now at this point. She knows exactly what I want. She knows how I want my bacon crispy. Plus, you got the brand new gym. They got all the equipment you need when you're just staying overnight. Listen, you come to downtown L.A. for a game, a museum, something, a date night. You don't want to drive home.
Don't get behind the wheel.
No, you go to the East Central.
Go to the East Central.
Right.
Find those medium towels come in handy for other things, too, sometimes.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I do. The East Central Hotel in downtown L.A. Entertainment's official address.
Bam!
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2024.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California.
It's 5 p.m. in the Southland.
Turn it up, man.
Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing, thanks to our friends at Real Fathers Rights. Real Fathers Rights, the father's rights attorney. Visit realfathersrights.com or call 951-482-7517. Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of non-stop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this?
And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack!
Yeah. 5:04 on a live imaging Tuesday. Sedano and Cappy on. Producer Lindsay's here. Young D, producer D, host of Lakers Talk Daily.
Killing it.
He's here. Who's in there in the back? Is that Graham on the social media?
Yeah, Metzger's back there. Love a good Metzger.
Who doesn't?
Call him by his last name?
I always call him by his last name.
Really?
Yeah, like, what's up, Metzger?
Oh, really?
Here we
You
go.
don't call him Graham? Graham's the kind of name you can call a guy by his first name.
We're back together, at least for today. We will go till 5:34, commercial free, untapped, uncorked, and raw and unfiltered.
I like that.
And why don't we start it? Hit the music, D, with the Cap Top 10 Sucker.
All right,
No,
everybody.
it's the Cap 10. Remember,
Right.
you were the one
You were the
who
one that
told
branded
us.
I know, you did.
Yeah.
do
What
that.
did I
Made a
say?
whole big
You
deal.
said the Cap Top 10,
10,
but it's
right.
the Cap 10.
And then every time somebody said Cap Top 10, you got mad.
You did get mad.
You know, and now you're doing it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe
be
if
consistent.
you guys were on, more consistent.
Well, I mean, hey, listen, we should be on tomorrow rather than the Lakers.
I mean, listen.
Actually, that's not a. Guess what we could do?
Tell me. YouTube?
You want to be on tomorrow?
Yeah, you want to YouTube it?
You wanna do a
You want to
show?
YouTube this rascal?
You want to do a YouTube
Is that what
show?
you wanna
Not
do?
me, buddy.
No?
No.
How about the app?
We begin at number 10, which could be a shocker. Play the sound.
Kyron Williams is the single back. Matthew is under center. 3 targets to his right. Puka Nacua, tight left. Man in motion. Play fake. Roll right. Stafford throws. End zone. Caught by D-Rob. Touchdown, L.A. The Rams need 4 plays to go 82 yards. DeMarcus Robinson got them on the doorstep with a 46-yard reception, and he puts it in the paint.
That is JB Long on 710 ESPN.
Now, you know this is my top 10 list.
Yes.
And there are certain biases built in. This is a homer play right here. The Rams are a mere 6-6.
And didn't score in the first half.
They were down, I want to say, was it 21-0? Something like that. And they came storming back. It may have been, let's see.
Well, it was 3-0 at halftime.
It was 6-0 at halftime, right?
6-0, sorry.
Yeah. So, listen, when you're on the road and you're playing against an inferior team from an inferior division, you're supposed to win these games. The Rams did that. So, for me, I'm still hoping the Rams are going to get it together, win the division, make it to the postseason, and make a run. I've got the Rams in at number 10 this week.
At number 9, Cap loves that new flavor of ice cream. Teams that have exciting wins, they're going to sneak into the Cap 10. Hit the sound.
Oh, Ford is the back in the shotgun. 42 at Cleveland. The Browns quarterback, Jameis Winston, looks into the nickel. Empties the backfield. 1st and 10 is on 42. The shotgun snap, the short drop, the quick throw far side. It's intercepted! Denver's intercepted in McMillan 40. Sideline 30. Down the sideline 20. 10. 5. Touchdown! It's a pick 6! It's a Bronco pick 6!
I'm just praying for the Lord to deliver me from pick sixes.
That's Harlan on Westwood 1.
We need to do a Harlan off this week at some point. I think
Yeah, but not 3.
Dueling Harlans.
Yeah,
no,
but
no,
not
no.
3 straight highlights.
Hey, you
We
know,
don't have all shows every day this week, so let's
Right.
go for next week.
Hey, listen, the Denver Broncos are one of the surprise teams of the NFL this year.
They are. You ripped their coach to shreds last year.
And I will say this. Listen, there are times when being wrong is actually kind of fun.
Oh, it's the best.
And I will tell you that I was wrong about Sean Payton. I said Sean Payton will be Mike McCarthy 2.0.
Whoa.
I said that Sean Payton will be a guy who had his glory days 15 years ago when he won a Super Bowl with Drew Brees in his prime, and that Sean Payton won't do anything second time around, because just because you won one doesn't mean you've got some secret sauce. Well, guess what? Sean Payton's a great coach. This is what great coaches can do. And when you've got a rookie quarterback and you've already got 8 wins, pretty darn impressive. And Bo Nix, by the way, last night was not spectacular, hardly. Yeah. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, nearly 300 yards. But I think that kid is a star in the making.
I don't know about star. He's having a great rookie season. I think that he's put up as good a numbers of any of the rookies. But his ceiling is not as high as the other two guys because he's way older.
You know what?
He looks better than Caleb.
He's only he's 24-ish. The comp in the NBA is Dalton Connect.
Right.
But I would say this, that if you can get a 10-year career and play until you're 34.
Oh, yeah. Look, and he went to the right coach,
that's
which
a great career.
I think was helpful because that guy can turn. I mean, hell, he made Taysom Hill a thing for a little while.
And when you look at this kid, Bo Nix, and you look at where the Broncos are, they're a serious playoff contender right now.
Yeah.
The
they're in.
Yeah.
We moved to number 8. And if somebody would have told you at the beginning of the season that this team would have the same record as the Broncos, hit the sound.
Here's a 1st and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30. Oh, what a catch! Andrews secures it and shows the football to everyone. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Shabuzi.
BAL, Ravens Radio Network on that one.
So the Ravens.
Oh, that's not Nance?
It sounded very much like him. It sounded like Jim Nance. Yeah, it sounded
Jim
like him.
Nance on CBS.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The Ravens are 8-5. They're inconsistent, we know. When you lose to teams that you're supposed to beat, like a Cleveland, like the Raiders, we start to doubt the Ravens. Losing to the Eagles, there's no shame in that. I will just say this. It is kicker blasphemy, all this talk about Justin Tucker and might the Ravens get rid of this guy this year.
Yeah.
You're literally talking about the greatest to ever do it.
Right, but he's not looking so great
No,
this year.
he's had a terrible, terrible year.
Yeah.
But Baltimore, still in my top 10. They make it in at number 8 after the loss against Philadelphia.
All right.
No matter how legendary, Cap, when the time comes, much like we'll do to you, you got to take him out.
Well, and listen, like we're
You just
talking
made the
about,
same argument about LeBron.
like we're talking about with LeBron.
Exactly.
That's right. That's exactly right.
At number 7, hit the sound.
Burke, 2nd down and 5. Wilson steps up. Wilson avoids it, throws on the move, and finds Freiermuth for the touchdown. Russell Wilson extends the play and then hits Freiermuth with a strike for the score.
Steelers Radio Network, Cap.
No, it's not. Iron Eagle.
Iron Eagle on CBS, Cap.
Right.
Yep.
The I-Man.
By the way, one of the more entertaining games of the weekend.
Oh, the highest scoring game of the season. 44-38. Pittsburgh over Cincinnati. Russell Wilson. Wow. I mean, I didn't think this was going to happen.
You're 0 for 2, bro. You all right?
Well, there's no credits on the sheet.
I did explain that to you ahead of time and figured that we would
That
be
doesn't
able
matter
to.
if I screw up. If I screw up, it's the problem.
I said I figure we could figure it out as we go along, but I missed.
How about in my ear as we figure it out?
We are figuring it out. Steelers are 9-3. They're number 7 on the top 10 this week. Pittsburgh is one of these teams, when you think about the AFC,
Yins are doing good.
Yins are going to get down there and be in the top 4 in that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Pittsburgh,
They're
number
playing
7.
good ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since Chris is angry, number 6.
The game's on the line against the Arizona Cardinals. 3 receivers left, 1 right. 4th and 10 for Kyler Murray facing a 5-man rush. Kyler back to pass, throws right, intercepted. Jack Griffin has won the game, and it's a high 5 for the Minnesota Vikings. They've won 5 consecutive games. The final score, 23-22, Minnesota.
The legendary Paul Allen on K-Fan Minneapolis.
Got that one.
Vikings,
Thank you. I got it.
Yeah. Vikings are 10-2.
Sorry, I don't know Ian Eagle's voice.
I mean,
it's a pretty recognizable voice.
He only calls the Final Four and has been doing the NFL for like 25 years.
Yeah, and NBA on TNT.
Right.
I mean, the NCAA tournament on CBS, et cetera.
Yeah.
The Vikings are 10-2. They were down really big in this game, 19-6 in the
and
third
his
quarter.
son is really good, too.
Yeah.
I would know his son's voice before his voice.
And Minnesota comes back to win 23-22.
Yeah.
And, oh, by the way,
Sammy Darnold.
The Daniel Jones story of him going there to be the backup quarterback I thought was really interesting last week. Sam Darnold's about to get paid.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold's going to become somebody's starter. And
could be the Rams starter next year.
Well,
so somebody was tweeting today.
Or it could be maybe it might be the 49ers.
Maybe. Go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep going.
Number 5.
This is 3rd and 2. Trips left. Love gets the shotgun snap. Fakes the handoff. Throws left. Caught by Jaden Reed. Gets a block. Runs across the 5. Into the end zone. Touchdown Packers. 2nd of the night for Jaden Reed. This one from 12 yards out. And with 1:36 to go in the first half, the Packers have taken a 20-3 lead.
Is that not Wayne Larrabee?
No,
that's not.
It's Ryan Radke. on
Right, who's
Westwood
the
One.
Sunday night guy on Westwood
Right,
One.
Yeah. Very distinctive
He's
voice.
very good.
Really good.
I mean, you want to talk about
Great
Intern
dude, by the
Jerry?
way. Great
Yeah,
guy.
that was intern
And by the
Jerry.
way, just incredible amounts of detail. Almost Harlan-esque, I would
Well,
say.
they're all learning from Harlan
Yeah,
how
yeah.
to do real radio.
Yeah.
The Packers
When are you going to learn?
I'm not going to learn.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's too late for me. The Packers are 9-3. They're number 5 this week. Beat up on the Dolphins 30-17. We're going to find out a whole lot about the Packers this upcoming week when they take on the Lions, and I think that's the Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
Packers Lions Thursday night.
Okay.
Big one.
Yeah.
Let's move to number 4. Is this Mitch Holthus or some random TV announcer?
Ask Jerry.
Hit it.
3rd down and 4 from the 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Pressure comes, floats it up towards the back left corner of the end zone. It is caught. Justin Watson leaping up to make the grab. His first touchdown catch of the year. And the Chiefs take a 9-3 lead. Patrick Mahomes on the lob to Watson becomes Kansas City's all-time leading passer for touchdown passes. Breaks the tie with Len Dawson. Mahomes stands alone atop the Chiefs record books.
You know who that is?
It's not Mitch Holthus.
No, that's Kevin Kugler
Yeah.
on Westwood One.
Yeah.
I know all these
What are we doing,
voices
just
because
taking
I
the
worked with
Westwood
all
One?
these guys for years.
The Westwood One library there?
Yeah, pretty much so.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are 11-1, George, but they're number 4 on my 10 list this week.
Yeah.
They just barely got by the Raiders. I have this weird feeling, though, about the Chiefs that everybody's kind of given up on them. But I feel like the Chiefs, because they win
What do
all
you mean
these
there is
close...
giving up on them?
Well,
They
no.
did this last year, too.
Right.
They're 11-1.
I know,
Yeah.
but they win these close games.
Right.
They shouldn't have won that game. That was a
They
BS
were
call.
8-4 last year, and everybody wrote them off,
Right.
and they didn't learn from that.
And that's what's going to happen again this year. That's what I think's going to happen. They're 11-1,
Yeah.
and yet they're only number 4 in the Cap 10 this week,
No.
and we go to number 3.
Keep slipping, too.
That's right.
1st down. Saquon. Oh, here he goes. Barkley at the 10, the 5, and the touchdown.
It's not Merrill Reese.
I know.
Do you know who that
Jim
is?
Nantz.
There you go. Hey, the
I
Eagles.
hate you both.
The Eagles, 8 straight wins, DeAndre. Your Birds, 8 straight. Beat the Ravens. That's an impressive win.
Bird gang.
And they're up against the Panthers, so they'll make it 9 straight wins. Eagles 10-2. They're number 3 this week in the Cap 10.
You know what's funny? I told DeAndre, I was like, Chris will know all of the home radio guys because he would.
Well,
But
I
none
don't,
of, that's
I
what
don't
none
know
of these are.
the random Westwood One guys.
Well,
Kevin
they're not
Kugler's
random.
on Fox, too.
Yeah, they're not random. They've been on Westwood One for years.
Listen,
I didn't
Kugler,
work on the
Radke.
sidelines like some media
Yeah,
market
but
hack
Kevin
like
Kugler's
Yeah.
on Fox. Like,
Right.
he's on Big Fox on TV.
Oh,
Yes, he
sorry.
is.
Yeah.
I think he works with Mark Sanchez, doesn't he?
Oh, no.
No, that's Adam Amin.
Oh,
Yeah.
who,
Yeah.
who's he work with? I don't know that.
I don't know. That's a good
Okay.
question.
All
I can
right.
look that up.
Here comes number 2.
Yeah.
Hit
1st
it.
and goal from the 7. Here's the snap. Allen back. Fires left side. Cooper makes a one-handed catch. Pitches it back to Allen. Allen racing. Dive to the left pylon. And he's in. Touchdown Bills. What a play. Allen threw it behind Cooper. He made a one-handed catch as he was falling to the ground. He pitched it back to Allen, and Allen went diving in. That's one of the best touchdowns you'll ever see.
Yeah.
And the Bills have taken a 27-3 lead.
I'm sure it's Westwood One.
It is.
Ryan
That's
Radke again. Yeah.
It's freaking Ryan Radke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done it Sunday night now?
Well,
yeah, he's
they-
been doing Sunday night. Him
Yeah.
and Mike Golick.
Right.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
They do Sunday nights.
because Kevin's got the Monday night
Monday
game.
night, and then
because-
Ian's got the Thursday
Right,
night.
and Kugler, who
Had
used
the
to
Friday
do the Sunday.
Amazon game.
Right, but
Yeah.
Kugler's got the Fox responsibilities
Right, he
on
works with
Sunday
Moose.
now. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, Golick. Yeah, Screeny. Go ahead.
The Bills are 10-2. Josh Allen is having a crazy season,
Yeah.
highlighted by the highlight that you just heard. It
Yeah.
was highlighted by a highlight.
Right.
And the Bills are 10-2.
Oh.
They're playing the Rams this weekend.
Oh.
What a huge game for
Yeah.
the Rams.
Yeah.
Find out if the Rams are for real. And here we go.
Number 1, numero uno.
See.
Let's listen to Dan Miller on the Lions Radio Network.
Williams with 10 seconds to go in the game. Williams with 7. Williams with 6. Takes the snap. This could be the final play of the game. Throws it deep downfield. It is up for grabs and incomplete. That's it. That's it. That's it. What in the world were the Bears thinking? This game is over.
Wow.
That's it.
That's it.
That is it.
That's what's in.
And we got another one. We got Dan Campbell cut.
Hey, listen, you guys take care of yourselves, man. Have a great couple of days, man, with your family, your friends. Enjoy it, man. Rest, relax, and then we're ready to push, gentlemen. All right?
That's division win number 3, and that's win number 11 on the season, and we're not looking back. All right? Great job, man. Break it out.
Imagine he just rips into a
How about a little kick-ass on 3? 1, 2, 3. Kick-ass!
He just rips into a turkey leg after that.
Totally. The Lions are 11-1. They're the best team in football. Yes, that was not an impressive win. Yes, the Chicago Bears screwed up themselves. Yes, the Chicago Bears are such a disaster. And it was only a matter of time before they fired Matt Eberflus.
You called it before the season started.
We knew he was going to get fired.
Eberflus.
I mean, come on. Just terrible. And then to let him go out
Sounds like something you'd buy at IKEA.
Yeah, right. And it kind of sounded like the tight end for the Steelers, Freiermuth. These are some names.
Yeah.
But listen, here's the thing about just Detroit and just going back to Chicago and who they beat. They let their coach go do a press conference on Friday morning
before getting fired like an hour later.
And then they fired this guy. But you know what? Let me tell you something right now.
Tell me something, Cappy.
It's one thing to screw up clock management, which they did, obviously. I mean, you got a timeout, there's 36 seconds, and you can only get one playoff. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
But it's even more embarrassing to go to the media and go, I thought that was the right thing to do.
Yeah, that was weak.
Yeah, it was terrible. So the Lions, though, come in at number 1 this week.
Cappy, as Kirk is on the line, tell us about Subaru real quick.
You know, I would love to do that. In fact, I'll just start off by saying this. I'm driving around in this Subaru Crosstrek right now. It is the most unbelievable. I mean, I love, love, love this vehicle. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, what else are you going to say? They're a partner. Of course they're a partner. But I'll just say this. My sister has a Crosstrek down in Florida, darling.
Nice.
And she's the one who turned me on to it. And then my niece, this past weekend, she went and she bought a Subaru Outback. So I have really turned the family on to the Subaru brand, and now it is the Share the Love event, and my friends at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, they want to help you out. Subaru's annual Share the Love event, we're in our 17th year. Last year, I was telling you, we've raised $250 million in donations for local charities. This year, we're already up to $320 million in donations for local charities. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton is working with the Women's Club of Fullerton, and that is our local charity during this very meaningful Share the Love event. Of course, you have the national charity partners, ASPCA, Make-A-Wish, Meals on Wheels, the National Park Foundation, and for every new Subaru that's bought or leased, now through January 2nd, Subaru will donate $250 per car to one of the participating charities. So if you wanted to go to the national charity, great. If you wanted to stay home and stay with the local charity, that's even better. Subaru is way more than a car company. It's this very cool, meaningful event that gives you more reasons to want to buy a Subaru during the Share the Love event. Ocean Subaru is conveniently located at 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, just off the 91 freeway. Chris right in the hood. Go to oceansubaruoc.com. That's oceansubaruoc.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They make you smile at every mile. And make sure you see their general manager, Omar, and thank him for his 22 years of service in the U.S. Army.
Thank you, Cappy. All right, let's bring in Kirk Morrison. Not a Morrison Monday, but a Morrison Tuesday, because we didn't have a show on Monday. Kirk Morrison, let's start with a question about the worm turning. You, like Cappy, scoffed about the worm turning. The worm is turned. They've won 8 games. They look like they could win easily another 2, maybe even more. What say you now about Jim Harbaugh's job with the Chargers this season?
Just still be patient, George. It's not over yet.
Tell him, Kirk. Tell him.
I mean, even Cappy's resided to the fact they're going to make the playoffs.
No, here's what I've resided to. I've resided to the fact that they have done something this year, Kirk, that traditionally they have not done, which is they've beaten the teams that they're supposed to beat. And the reason that they didn't do it previously is because they had crappy coaches, because the organization was too cheap to hire somebody who really knows what he's doing. And so they've gone from Marty Schottenheimer on one end all the way to Jim Harbaugh, and they've had a bunch of nonsense in between. And so Harbaugh's a great coach, and he coaches teams to win games, especially against bad teams. But let's face it, Kirk Cousins threw 4 interceptions, threw 1 in the end zone, threw a pick 6. He handed them the game.
Yeah. Not only did Kirk Cousins hand the game, Young Wei Koo, who's been one of the best kickers in the NFL over the last couple of years, he misses a field goal. I mean, it's just like they won. I'm going to give them credit. They're winning games. They are. But just be patient. Just be patient.
Right.
Let it happen first, George. Yeah. There's still a lot of football left.
And it's going to be glorious.
I'm not all the way sold just yet. I'm just they're winning games, but yet they still – I still don't know why Quentin Johnson is on the field. I mean, he could catch a cold in Alaska right now, and yet they have so much faith in him as well. And then J.K. Dobbins goes on the IR for the next 4 games. We're going to see more about, can Justin Herbert lead this team to 10 victories, George? I'm just saying, be patient. I know you put your eggs all in that basket, but just be patient, George.
Okay, all right. I'll serve you some crow too later. Don't worry.
You'll see though, like defensively, the Chargers have all these stats that tell you how great the defense is, but offensively against Atlanta, they scored a mere 10 points. I mean, there's something not really clicking on that offense right now. But I'm just saying this. George he wants me to suffer, and I understand why it's fun. but I will just say this. The better they are and the more games they win, the more glorious it will be when they somehow get burned to the ground.
What do you mean? But, I mean, if they make the playoffs, that's an incredible first season.
True, but let's just say they go into a playoff game, right? And let's say they've got to lead it at the end of the first half. Let's call it 27-0.
No one should be expecting them to win a game.
Why not?
Because they're not good enough to win a game.
Why not? They're going to win 10 games.
Because they haven't beaten anybody good. They've played a soft schedule, which is why I thought they'd win 10 games and make the playoffs.
Okay. So look, I can't wait till it all comes to an end. But gosh, if they all of a sudden start catching
Cappy,
all
by
this
the way,
steam-
was already moving the goalpost to next year.
Oh yeah, I'm moving the goalpost next year, which is this, Kirk. Wait till you see the schedule next year when you win all these games. Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about the Rams, who that schedule. Speaking of schedules, looked a lot more daunting a few weeks ago. Now, look, nobody's good, I think, in the NFC West. And, the Bills game is going to be tough, and they're probably going to lose that one. But the rest of those games, the Jets is winnable, clearly. And then you got the 3 division games. So it's in your hands, basically, at this point.
I wouldn't say in your hands. They're going to have to earn it. But I still don't know who this Rams team is currently. They're 6-6, 5 games left. And they got arguably one of the best teams in the NFL coming in this week. I think it's a trap game for the Bills. I think the Rams can kind of get one up on them and be at 7-6. This is what I talked about on the greatest pregame show in the South Bay, in the Southland, Southern California, the Rams pregame show right here on 710 ESPN, 2 hours before every Rams game. Look, I said this: the Rams can be considered a playoff team, but are they considered a contender? See, there's a big difference between being a playoff team and a contender. I feel like the Rams are a playoff team, a fringe playoff team. But if they make the playoffs, do we think that they can hang with the Philadelphia Eagles, the Detroit Lions? I mean, even the teams they beat in the Minnesota Vikings. So I say that to say it's going to be this sort of, tennis match where they lose one, they win one. They lose one, they win one. And at the end of the year, they're 9-8, hopefully 10-7. And you still feel like they have a chance to win it all. They'll be in the tournament, I feel like, but they're going to have to earn it, especially with those 3 out of the last 4 against division opponents.
Yeah, and I was looking at Seattle's schedule. Seattle's 7-5. They're leading the division. Obviously, we know Arizona and the Rams are both 6-6. Seattle's schedule just down the stretch. They've got this week they're at Arizona. Okay, so let's call it a winnable game, but let's call it a toss-up. Okay, and let's all hope that Arizona wins that game. Then bring them back, at least Seattle. Then they've got Green Bay, and Green Bay's probably like the 3rd or 4th or so best team in the NFC. Then they've got Minnesota, okay? So call those two losses, and then they're at Chicago and they're at the Rams. So I think Seattle's only going to likely win 2 to 3 more games. So the Rams can still do this by only being 1 game back, but it would be really helpful if Arizona could beat Seattle this weekend.
Yeah, and then the Rams will have a game that I think probably may get flexed into prime time in a couple weeks against the Arizona Cardinals on the 28th or 29th. We'll see what happens. But look, I'll give them credit, man. They found a way to win a football game in which they didn't score a point in the first half. And then in the second half, they scored 3 touchdowns, and they win 21-14. The defense played great in the second half. The offense played great in the second half. They just had a first half where they just didn't do anything. And yet they still found a way to win the football game. That's the part. I just don't know which Rams team I'm going to see from week to week.
Yeah, because that's what a 500 team is, right? I mean, you just you never know what you're going to get out of these guys.
So, Shador or Cam for the Raiders? I know we touched on this briefly last week. Like, if you had your druthers, who would you want for the Raiders?
Oh man, I'm a little biased right now. I think because I've seen Cam Ward, I saw him in person last week at Syracuse. just studied him a little bit more. To me, it kind of scary the way that Shedeur Sanders holds on to the football for a little bit longer than I expect. In the NFL, you got to make quicker decisions. And when you're not making quicker decisions, like, to me, that's the hard part where I got to stick with what I'm seeing right now and Cam Ward's ability to make throws, quick throws, and make quicker decisions where Shedeur just holds on to the football for a little bit too long for me.
Yeah, I'm not really like breaking down film on these two guys. I've seen plenty of Miami play this year, and I've seen plenty of Colorado play this year. So if they're equal, if Sanders and Ward are equal, I go with Ward for this reason. I like the kid who had to fight his way through. Small
Incarnate Word, right? Wasn't recruited by anyone. 0-star guy.
Incarnate Word.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Yeah. And then it was to Washington State, and then to finish at Miami, and to have the kind of season he's had.
He's going to go to New York.
And I think that Shedeur Sanders is like, to me, he's had it all given to him. And I'm not, by the way, when I say given to him, I'm not saying he's not a good player. He is. But the cockiness, the arrogance, I don't know that it's going to translate into the NFL, even though, he's going to try and follow in Prime's footsteps. I would take Cam Ward if I had the choice of the two right now, if I were the Raiders.
Yeah.
And, by the way, and just real quick on that last thing, you know, the thing about the Raiders is this. If you look at all these teams, Kansas City, Denver, and the Chargers, they all have a really, really great coach.
You need one.
And they all have a great quarterback. And when I say great...
And it ain't Aiden O'Connell, bro.
Right. And Bo Nix isn't great yet, but Bo Nix is a first-rounder who's already gotten his first year 8 wins.
Yeah.
So the Raiders can't compete unless they have the coach-quarterback combo.
Okay, question for you, Kirk. Before we... This might have to be our last one because we're up against it.
Yeah.
What do you do with Brock Purdy if you're the Niners?
Man. That's going to be tough. I wish I had an answer for you right now. This may be a reckoning this offseason. They don't have the draft picks. They don't have, I think, the salary cap availability to keep some of the guys who they need to sign, but then also play the quarterback. And we're not talking about, is he a $60 million quarterback?
Hell no.
No, he can't be.
Okay.
He can't
so
be.
what do you do? I mean,
you got to have...
Listen, you know what you offer him? Here's what you offer him. And if he wants to take it, cool. I am waiting for the team in the NFL to say, go test the market. Here's the Baker Mayfield deal for $30 million or whatever it is. If you can get better, good for you. Go get it.
But I think he's going to be next year in the last year of his rookie contract.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like, the offer is, here's the Baker Mayfield deal. Like that, take it or leave it, or go play, go bet on yourself and play next year and see what happens.
But you know what they got to do though? They've got to go out and get a veteran backup who can play, because now we've seen Brock Purdy get hurt a couple of times. But more importantly, if Purdy thinks he has the leverage, and if he does, he's wrong. But if he does, if Purdy thinks he has the leverage and he's going to the last year of his rookie contract, he might say to the 49ers, I'd rather hold out than take the risk of playing for $900,000. I'll hold out. And if the Niners don't want to pay him, they better have a plan B. That's all I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, but what is the plan B, though? And then you just can't go out there and get a quarterback on the market and say we're happy with what we got. I mean, this is difficult because they're gonna have to let some guys go. When they pay Brandon Ayuk, when they play some of these guys, it's like, all right, well, at some point you're gonna have to pay the quarterback. And now they went all in, and then now you can't even keep Christian McCaffrey injury free.
Yeah, he's on the way of being done.
Yes. Yeah, it happens. That Madden curse is real, by the way. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but don't put any of the Rams on the Madden game. How about that?
Well, I don't think we have to worry about that. It's 6-6 this year.
Yeah, you ain't getting on
I don't
that.
think we got to worry about this year. I don't think DeMarcus Robinson's going on the cover of Madden.
Hold on. Yeah, but if like George keeps saying, if that worm keeps turning, I can see it in my future. The worm has turned! I can see it in the future. Number 10 in that powder blue on Madden.
Yeah.
Kirk Morrison, you're the man. Thank you so much for joining us. We will talk to you next week on your regular slot on Monday. So there you go.
Sounds good.
All
right, back to the air fryer. All right, talk to y'all later.
What do you got in there?
Yeah, what's going on in there?
Some chicken wings today.
Oh, that sounds good. I'm starving right now.
I'm hungry myself.
Yeah. So, thank you, Kirk.
All right,
enjoy it.
Got it.
See you. There he is.
What am I going to eat tonight? I can't have like road pie on the
Oh
way.
no, I'm going. We're making some sole at home tonight.
Sole?
It's fish.
Oh, Dover sole.
Yeah.
Sole.
Yeah, a little fish tonight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What do you like a frozen fillet, or you go to the store, you
Get
nice
the store,
fresh,
get it nice and fresh. Yeah, and you bread it up a little bit.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
You ask the guy at the store,
Yeah.
you say, hey, man, this sole right here.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's filleted, it's nice, it's in the display.
Yeah.
How long ago was this sole swimming in a body of water somewhere? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to ask.
When I was in Amsterdam last week.
Yeah, they got it right from the water.
I'm walking down the street. They got all these fish. I go,
Yeah.
yo, man, how long ago was that fish in the water? Guy was like, yesterday.
When is the Super Bowl back in South Florida? Do we know?
Let's see. The Super Bowl
Only
this
because
year,
I got a spot.
Okay.
Mom and Pop owned.
Okay.
50 years.
All right.
Okay, the Suns now run it.
All right.
Like local, they own their own fishery.
Okay.
And then you eat basically like that, whatever they just caught that day. Yeah.
Let's see. The Super Bowl this year is in New Orleans. Then the Super Bowl, I want to say, goes back to Arizona, gets back to L.A.
So New Orleans, Santa Clara, Inglewood, Atlanta. So it's going to be a minute. Yeah. Yeah. Unless USC gets into like the national championship game in like 26.
Wait, you said it's New Orleans this year.
Yeah.
Santa Clara next year.
Mm-hmm. Inglewood back here.
Okay.
And then Atlanta.
Atlanta.
The dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, it won't be for a minute. But maybe maybe Lincoln Riley can turn it around.
Forget it. Listen, forget Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
Forget the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What are we gotta wait to go to Miami.
There's got to be a
for
reason.
A game?
I mean, I think
Come
we
on,
should.
let's
be
go
a
down.
game.
We'll do some broadcasts. We'll go do some South Florida broadcasts.
I don't really think that makes sense.
We always say we're too big for just this studio. Let's go.
All right. So anyway, Cappy, you know what I want to tell you though?
Tell me.
Let's go is what I would say to you if you're a parent,
Mm-hmm.
because I know taking your kid to the dentist is tough,
Mm-hmm.
but I got the place for you. Let's go to Children's Dental Fun Zone, okay?
All right.
Fun is in the name for a reason. Here's the thing. You're going to take your kid to a Children's Dental Fun Zone. They got 18 locations across the Southland, okay? The kids are going to be like, wait, did we just walk into like a cartoon? Like, where are we? This place is amazing. So let me tell you about those 18 locations across the Southland. They got you covered in L.A. County. They got you covered in the IE. They got you covered in the OC. They got you covered in Oxnard, Cappy.
The 805 in the house, shout out.
Shout out to the 805, yes. They specialize in children's dentistry and orthodontics with state-of-the-art equipment and personal attention your kids deserve. Here's the thing. Every station at Children's Dental Fun Zone has a big screen TV for your kids when they're working on them. And they got a cartoon playing, a kids movie playing. They got iPads for the kids, toys for the kids in the waiting area. And for parents, they accept Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans. You're going to go to Children's Dental Fun Zone with your kids. And when you're done at Children's Dental Fun Zone, your kids are going to go, Mom, Dad, when are we coming back to the dentist? Words you never thought you'd hear. So to book your child's first or next appointment at Children's Dental Fun Zone, visit their website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com. Or call them at 800-717-KIDS. That's 800-717-KIDS.
Hey, guys, it's Cap. And
Park Party and Play at Hollywood Park Casino. Listen to Travis and DeMarco to win the ultimate game day prize pack. VIP tailgate passes plus game day tickets. Listen to your cue to call and don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day experience. Park Party and Play with me at Hollywood Park Casino. Must be 21 and older to enter.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com, and remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
Lamar Jackson, more or less than 1.5 touchdowns. And with Prize Picks, they put their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When I hit on Prize Picks, I can get my money in as little as 15 minutes. So download the app today, use the code 710, and you're going to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's $50 instantly after you place your first $5 lineup with the promo code 710 with Prize Picks. Happy holidays from Prize Picks. Prize Picks, run your game.
Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and there's extensive water damage. This is when it can feel as though your relationship with your insurance has become an abusive one. They don't agree that you need a replacement living arrangement, despite it being glaringly obvious. Then, the insurance adjuster leaves you hanging.
You feel abandoned with a home that is no longer livable, and you now have no other choice than to use the insurance contractor to make repairs, which includes their brazen attempt at lowballing the estimate. Okay, so here's what you do. You take a deep breath, then you call Avner Gatt. They're one of California's largest public adjusting firms, and trust me, size does matter in this case because Avner Gatt has experienced it all. Insurance companies can make you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope in getting your home back together. Avner Gatt knows exactly how to handle these situations. Not only do they have extensive knowledge on how to handle your dilemma, but they remain passionate about helping people. It's why Avner and his family continue to take the calls themselves at Avner Gatt Inc. They cover all of Southern California, and if I haven't convinced you with all of these truth bombs thus far, just check out what seems to be a never-ending stream of 5-star reviews on Yelp, Google, and the Better Business Bureau. So, whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256. That's 818-917-5256. And you can go online to avnergatt.com.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one?
We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery?
We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Oh, there you go, Christopher, just for you.
20 minutes. 6 o'clock. USC women's basketball coming up at the top of the hour.
Christopher will be on the board.
No, that's tonight.
No? Not into
tomorrow.
This Cal Baptist game?
On this day, back in 1984, Wham! Released Last Christmas as a single. Remember when we were doing the morning show and
Yes,
we made that graphic?
Yes.
We took the last single, or the single cover from Last Christmas, and put LZ over George Michael.
That's great.
I do remember that.
Those were the good days. And then Cappy ran out the talent.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's true.
Cappy, I'm happy you're back.
Well, thanks.
I am too.
I'm glad to be back. I can tell you that right now. One of the main reasons I'm glad to be back is before Big Deal or No Deal, I want to talk to everybody about Real Father's Rights. Real is REEL, Real Father's Rights. Hey, listen, visit this website, realfathersrights.com/710, realfathersrights.com/710. And here's their phone number, 323-970-1611, 323-970-1611. The one thing I want to say to all the guys out there, if you are going through a divorce, if you've been through a divorce, if you're dealing with child custody issues, if you are dealing with a domestic violence restraining order, if you are dealing with any sort of support or custody problems, I'm telling you right now, LA, Orange County, the IE, even down to San Diego, Real Father's Rights, we are here to help you, the dads, because too often in family court seems to favor the female. Ladies, you'll have to excuse me. That has been my experience. That's why there is a father's rights attorney. That's Real Father's Rights, REEL. Let's get real. realfathersrights.com/710.
And we thank them for the 5 o'clock hour, going commercial free every day at 5 p.m. Straight up. Straight up, Captain. When are you going to straight up mount me?
I'm going to straight up mount you in the last segment of today's
dealer's
broadcast.
choice?
That's exactly
That's
right.
your
That's going to be
dealer's
my
choice?
dealer's choice,
Oh,
is
nice.
mounting Christopher. By the way, Mark Reel from Real Father's Rights, have you guys seen, do you guys follow him
I do.
at all?
Yes.
He is freaking hilarious.
No.
This guy turns like family law into entertaining content.
Nice.
And he's great. He's terrific. Mark, shout out to you, brother.
All right, Linz, take it away.
All right, real quick here, Big Deal or No Deal. So I'm sure that you guys have heard about this. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred apparently said on a podcast when they were talking about the MLB winter meetings going on right now, that there's a variety of rule changes that are being talked about out there right now. And one of them, there was a little buzz around it at the owners' meeting. The idea of a golden at bat, which would be putting your best player out there.
I love this.
Out of order
Yes.
at a particular point in the game. That rule and things like that have, been in the conversation only stage. But essentially, it's just here's one at bat that you get once a game. That's it. Once you use it, you lose it, and you can pick anybody to go up to the plate and hit the ball.
I want to give credit. I bet you they're talking. When did this story come out? Was it this morning?
I think it was yesterday.
So I bet you I will go back and listen to the Le Batard Show podcast today, because his co-host, John Stugatz-Wiener, has literally been talking about the golden at-bat. He even called it that, like for almost a decade, saying that baseball should implement this thing where you can pick anybody on the roster to just get in that last hit whenever you want. And I bet you they are doing a victory lap today, because Manfred and them actually beefed one time on ESPN Radio. But I think it's a brilliant idea. It would if it's your last at bat, just spice up the game. Give me Shohei every time. Everybody is tuning in for that.
Well, here's the other thing. Anytime a baseball purist, someone who loves the history and the romance,
like Chris's guy Bob Costas,
of baseball, right? If a baseball purist hates it, I automatically love it.
It's a great idea.
And I know that people today have debated this all over the country. Oh my God, this is the dumbest idea. This
No way.
baseball. It's actually the smartest
Brilliant.
idea. Because it's kind of like when the NFL said, hey, we've got to have a challenge. So you have one opportunity. If you get it, you keep your flag, you get to keep your timeout. If you lose this. That. There's consequences. This would be the most amazing thing for baseball, for a sport that is looking to spice up its game to attract younger viewers.
Yep.
This would be a brilliant concept.
I agree. Okay, so think about it. If you're the Yankees, you want Aaron Judge as your golden at bat. If you're the Dodgers, you want, hell, you can pick Shohei, Freddie, Mookie, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it makes all the sense in the world. It gives your stars an extra opportunity. Absolutely. And by the way, it's only in the scenario of when you need it, right? Because not every game is going to have a golden at bat.
All I know is this. If you're an old guy who loves the history of baseball and hates any changes
it's just one
in
extra
baseball,
at bat. Who gives a rat's ass?
Let me tell you something.
That could swing of the bat could affect the entire outcome of the game.
But that's a good thing.
Stats and everything.
But the records are not being changed because of one extra at bat.
But
and
if
then
you
hear
hate
about
it,
the pitcher
I love
thing?
it. Tell me.
That if you take your pitcher out early, the other team's DH goes?
Yeah, that was another idea.
That's another idea. They
If
are getting
you take-
hokey in baseball because they have to.
That's a little too complicated. The golden at bat is very simple.
The NFL ain't throwing out any golden at bats.
No, but what
I mean,
you
the
just
NFL
said,
did a lot of weird things over the last couple of years, though.
What you just said
Well,
that
for
was
player
interesting.
safety.
No, some, but
Not all of it.
But you just said because they need to. That's the key phrase. Like baseball this year, when you have a Yankees-Dodgers World Series, I think a lot of people are going to tune in. It's East Coast, West Coast. It's two legendary organizations. But had it been Cleveland, San Diego,
Hey, everybody.
nobody's watching that game.
Nobody.
Right?
And all their people are going to watch because of the golden bat.
I know you would.
By the way, Kirk Cousins from Tequila Mandala.
Yeah.
Oh, we love Kirk.
The
What's
CEO,
his story? Yeah.
he calls me the golden throat.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
He calls me the golden voice.
So I'm the
Oh,
throat.
so
you're the
everybody's
voice.
golden.
Yeah.
Everybody's golden here.
Yeah.
Huh?
And you're the golden idiot.
I thought he called me something different. I thought he called me there was another name he used. Idiot, it was not even close. No, golden something. I don't know what it was. But I also got a golden.
I bet you did get a golden.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did. I
yeah.
got Kirk Cousins gave me a golden.
I bet
yes,
you
he did. Yes, he did.
I like that laugh better.
Oh,
the long laugh is better.
That's my favorite.
All right.
Oh,
Right.
my. When was that from?
Every day.
Oh.
What else we got?
I think that's it.
That's it for Big Deal Running. That's all we got time for.
We got to get ready for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal, brought to you by Sellers Advantage, coming up next. And you will mount me.
Oh, there is going to be a mounting.
Real quick, before mounting, you may end up getting mounted in a, and sitting in an Uber or Lyft. And if you get into an accident, one of those things, you got to call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you, because it's completely different than a normal wreck. Your driver's covered by Uber or Lyft, so not only are you dealing with the other person's insurance, you need to speak with the rideshare company's insurance too. You don't want to deal with this on your own, okay? You're a third wheel in this situation. The insurance company just wants to give you a quick payment so you can go away, okay? You need an expert. My guy Jacob, expert, okay? especially when it comes to handling Uber and Lyft cases, because he's been doing this forever, all right? All before these fly-by-night guys all decided to try to take it on. He knows the nuances of all this stuff that's involved in these particular accidents. So if you're injured in any kind of rideshare accident, just call Jacob, 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you, because you want one who's respected, an attorney? Of course you do. Call Jacob, because he's the real deal. Call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or visit him online at calljacob.com.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
After 30 years and more than 20,000 transactions, Seller's Advantage knows how to get you more for your home.
No agent fees, no commissions, just an as-is cash offer.
Call Seller's Advantage or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Packages on your schedule. Amazon Pickup is the worry-free option for the times when home delivery isn't ideal. To find your nearest Amazon Pickup location, go to amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Gear up and get out to Kelsey's at Pachanga, the top spot in the Temecula Valley to watch all the Monday Night Football action. Dozens of TVs means all your favorite games, plus a M&F food menu fit for the greatest fans. Sliders, loaded tater tots, pulled pork pizza, and a lot more. Plus, you'll find beers on tap and incredible craft cocktails at Kelsey's. Visit Pachanga.com and follow at Pachanga Casino on Instagram for info about special and exclusive NFL team appearances. We'll see you at Kelsey's at Pachanga.
Going through a life change? Whether you're downsizing, you've inherited a home, or you're just ready for a change, Seller's Advantage is here to make selling your home easy. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. With Seller's Advantage, you're in control. Close as quickly as you want and do it on your own terms. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-2747 or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
You're busy enough this season without having to get up on a ladder to clean out your gutters. Whether you're tired of unclogging gutters or don't even know what your gutters look like, it's time for a permanent solution you can depend on with Leaf Filter. For the holidays, don't miss your last chance to save up to 35% off when you protect your gutters during Leaf Filter's most anticipated sale of the year at leaffilter.com/amber. Clogged gutters aren't just a nuisance. They can cause extensive problems like flooding, roof damage, rotting siding, foundation issues, and more. Leaf Filter uses award-winning patented technology to keep out everything but water. Call today to schedule your free gutter inspection and get a no-obligation free estimate. And don't miss out on your last chance of the year to save up to 35% off when you protect your gutters with Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system. Schedule your free inspection at leaffilter.com/amber. That's their lowest price of the year, up to 35% off at leaffilter.com/amber. See representative for warranty details.
8 minutes in front of 6 o'clock. USC women's basketball as they play Cal Baptist. That's coming up at 7 o'clock on 6 o'clock on 7:10 a.m. and the all-new ESPN LA app. Final segment. This is our final segment music. The Seller's Advantage. Real deal. Dealer's Choice segment, in which, Cappy, are you ready? Are you ready to mount me, sucker?
I'm going to say the answer is yes. I've been waiting the entire broadcast to mount you. I will say I do fear an HR problem. You have an injury, and I feel like I'm going to hurt you worse.
Here's the problem.
All right, let me hear it.
2024, I put on some pounds. It was a celebration year.
Okay,
in many ways.
How many pounds would you say you've put on?
I
so
don't
far
know,
this year?
but
Well,
I do
take a
know
guess.
probably 10.
10. Not terrible.
Plus, 40 to 41.
Uh-huh.
Things are different now. The peachadillo, you know what I mean?
Right, doesn't stand up as much. Is that the deal?
Cap.
What?
Just saying.
The peachadillo.
Things change.
Okay, got it.
So the hip and the lower back, which I've never had lower back issues.
Uh-huh.
And as Sedano always reminds me, the amount of stress
Mhm.
that I am under because he put me in this.
Okay, George, this is all your fault.
Mm-hmm.
Will you speak at Chris's funeral that, hey, I'm sorry I did this to him?
No.
No, you will not.
But first, before you mount me, who's getting mounted tonight in Prize Picks?
Good question.
Oh, yeah, Cappy.
I will tell you guys this, that I was looking at Juju tonight for USC. They're playing Cal Baptist, the USC women's basketball team, and her more or less number on Prize Picks is like 23.5 points. And my thought was maybe I should play her for less than 23.5 because I figure that they'll just kill Cal Baptist and then they'll bring her out of the game. But on the other hand, then I thought to myself, women's college basketball, they just keep going for it. They don't really care. They'll just keep pouring it on. So I think Juju tonight might score 50 points.
It's a great play. And here's the thing, okay? It's very simple. What is her statistical?
23.5 points.
So there you go. It's as simple as going more or less on Juju Watkins and then combining that with other picks and other statistical lines on other individual performances in any sport basically possible and known to man. It's really that simple. More or less. And in California, if you want action on sports, it's the only place to get it. It's Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Your first $5 play gets you a $50 bonus,
That's
Cappy.
exactly right. So, again, download the Prize Picks app. Guys, we've been asking you to do this for a couple of years. Many of you have already done it.
Yeah.
Some of you have not. Make sure you download the Prize Picks app. Use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make that $5 play. Get that $50 bonus.
So, Prize Picks, download the app. Run your game.
Yes, sir.
You run your game. I think you should Jimmy Superfly Snuka on top of him.
All right, let's
like
take a
Ricky
look.
the Dragon Steamboat, Coco Beware, like smash on Chris.
Okay, so I want to say this
A
right now.
combination of all three.
I hope everybody is watching right now on YouTube because Graham, a.k.a. Metzger.
That's right.
Graham has got a handheld camera.
Yeah.
Chris is down on the ground. Let me take a look at him right over here. Chris is down. Oh, that is inviting. That is good looking. And, just coming back from Amsterdam, I'm a much more open-minded kind of guy.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, is that hot? Look at that. Let me take a look
2
at
minutes,
this.
Cappy, so you can take your time.
Now, what do I do? Should I just purely mount him, or should I try and give him a chiropractic adjustment?
No, do that. Help him.
I'm just worried about these hips.
The hips don't lie, as Shakira once
All right,
said.
let me do this. Chris, I want you to put your arms down by your side. Thank you. I want you to turn your head. There you go, kid. All right, George, do a little play-by-play here. You
I
ready?
really can't see, so I got to stand up.
I want you to do a little play-by-play.
There we go. I can't see. I need to move to another microphone. Hold on.
Graham, come over here, buddy. Come on over here. Guys, because I think this is a public service.
Turn this one up. There you go. All right.
Big old deep breath in.
Plug in. All right, so Cappy is pushing on his back. There's a deep breath going on. Chris's back stinks. Cappy has put all his weight on him. Was there a crack? Yeah, one big crack. I'm talking about the back. Another big push, two-handed. Oh, now we're going to the hips. Now get those hips in there, Cappy. Going left and right, rocking back and forth. One more up top near the shoulder blades. Oh! Yeah, right there. Yeah, I mean, Chris's feet pulled up. Yeah, there you have it. That'll do it for us. All right, excellent work, Cappy, Christopher, Lindsay, DeAndre, Metzger, the whole crew back there.
Metzger.
That's Metzger.
Call this poor kid by his last name.
The Circle. And anybody else who just kind of contributed in some way, shape, or form. USC basketball's up next. See ya.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Damon.
And we want to buy your house.
Let Seller's Advantage show you how we can give you more.
No fees, no commissions, and no repairs. Just a fair cash offer that can close in just a few days.
Check out our Google reviews.
And call